Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for round 6 of the Bunnings NPC, but it is not just a Bunnings NPC game. The Ranfurley Shield is going to be on the line. Hawkes Bay taking on the Tasman Marcos, and whoever wins this game will take the Ranfurley Shield back with them. And the big thing here is normally it is referred to as the log I would. I've got it on a piece of cardboard, but there is a lot on the line for this match, and both sides want to take this one home because of the fact that Tasman have not held that shield for an extremely long time, if ever. I believe the last time it was in that region was around 1970s. They had a chance in 2013, I want to say, up against Taranaki, but now this is the biggest opportunity for them in a very long time. Hawkes Bay, they are coming into this match as the underdogs, even though it is a home game for them as well. So it is all on the line, and I hope you guys are all doing well. We have got there George, Crazy NZ, and also Katie Dixon here in the chat. Welcome in, and hopefully you guys are excited for this game. I see in our poll as well that at this stage, 50% of you have said that Tasman will be winning this game. So they are coming in as the favourites, even though they're away from home, and then they will be able to take it back to the Nelson region. But nonetheless, we will look at these team lineups at the moment. Tasman also sitting first on the table due to that golden point game between Wellington and Canterbury. What a game that was last night that we got to see for the start of the Bunnings NPC round 6. But looking at the Hawkes Bay side, the home side for this match, they have got Ash Dixon in the number 2 jersey. He will be hoping to have a very good game. Also, Marino Makiali too, Brendan O'Connor, and it will be Devon Flanders make up the loose forward trio. And that is actually quite a strong one as well with those guys. Both Marino Makiali too, and also Devon Flanders can both play 8 as well. So maybe they decide to leave one of them out there and the other could transfer to that number 8 jersey if they get the opportunity. Also, in the back line, they have got a very strong one. McClutchy, also Tuala and Stacey Ely making up the midfield. Naria Famai, try-scoring machine. Jonah Lowe, try-scoring machine. And then Lolagi Vizinier in that number 15 jersey. He is a very dangerous player as well. Then looking at the away side, though, for Tasman, these guys, they want to be able to win that trophy, or the shield, I should say, as well. And if they get this win, that will push them a little bit further in terms of being in first place. So Shannon Frizzell going to be starting at 8. Also, it will be Chikade. No, I always pronounce his name wrong. I've ruined it. But it is Chirika Davita, who is going to be at number 6. And he has actually been one of the players who have been announced to play for Fiji and Drua when it comes to Super Rugby Pacific next year. Anton Segner, always very dangerous. He's going to be at number 4. Then you look at this back line, though, and the wings for me is where they have got that little bit of an edge, and that is hard to do up against the strong backline in the Hawkes Bay side. But Lester Whaiananuku, I believe he's sitting second at the moment for the most tries in this competition. And then Tamoki Tavatava Nawai out on the other side, try-scorer machine as well. And then they have got Levi Amua, who is not a small individual. Alex Nankabel, he will run the ball hard at this Hawkes Bay line as well. It's going to be a battle out there on the field. That is for sure. Hawkes Bay, let's go as well, says Zach in the chat. But these are the benches that they have got, and both sides have got quite a few good players who can come off in the later stages of this one. Solomoni Funaki for Hawkes Bay is one that I'm keeping an eye on. Also, Gareth Evans has been a bit of an impact player alongside Josh Kiefer, who is in that number 19. Then for Tasman, though, they have got quite a few good names on that bench as well. Atu Moli recently returning after his injury that kept him out of most of the Chiefs season for Super Rugby, but he has been in form since coming back as well. Also, Quinton McDonald will get a late opportunity this game. I've been waiting to see as well. This will be the most interesting contest as well, says Sebastian. It will indeed. And hello from Brandon as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. At the moment, Tasman running their way out onto the field. Their last game, they were in form. They were able to beat Southland 51 points to 14. The big thing here, though, is the fact that Hawkes Bay last week, they had a bye, so they didn't have an opportunity to play. But this is going to be the perfect opportunity now to get themselves some minutes under the belt. But this is going to be one of those games that could go either way, even though Tasman have come in as the favourite. We did see them lose to Waikato a little bit earlier on in the season. That is the only loss, though, that they have at this year. As we can see from the table, they are sitting top of the bunch on 18 points with a points differential of plus 57. So one thing is for sure, these guys are going to be scoring a few points, but it's whether or not Tasman are going to be able to get more than the defending champs Hawkes Bay. But looking at this now, Waikato are going to be sitting on 17, Wellington on 16 after that bonus point, double bonus point, I should say, win over the Canterbury side last night when it went to golden point, and then also Wellington. That's the team that I just mentioned. Canterbury going to be sitting on 14. Hawkes Bay, though, if they win this game with a bonus point, they will actually rocket straight up into first place, and they will well and truly be in that top 4. But at this stage now, Hawkes Bay making their way out onto the field. Devon Flanders looking a little bit nervous for this one. What did George say? Can you make a video? He has still said no at this stage, but I am slowly maybe wearing him down. But he might be here for a live stream a little bit later on. We are going to be doing the Otago versus Taranaki game, and he may be available to come around and watch along with that game as well. We have got there from Crazy NZ the dabbing emoji, but now this is the big moment. This game is about to get underway. Ash Dixon, he's going to be heading to Japan when we get to Super Rugby, but now This is what he wants. He wants to keep that Ranfurley Shield on the side. I've knocked over my light, but that's all right. It's not a very big light, but does pack a punch. James Dolman, I should say, is going to be the ref. But yeah, I decided to make one of these, a little Ranfurley Shield. So maybe I'll have it here and put the team name who does have it. Could hang it up in the background, perhaps. Who knows? We have got their hi from Evergale as well. But nonetheless, we are almost at kickoff, ladies and gentlemen, for this match of the Ranfurley Shield. Second match of round 6 of the Bunnings NPC as well, getting close to the deciding factors of this time competition, which is going to be these final rounds. But Hawkes Bay is going to be kicking this one off, and it will be Lincoln McClutchy. Sorry, he gets us out of the way. As you guys can tell, I'm very excited for this game. It's been kicked off from right to left, and the Ranfurley Shield is now on the line, taken nicely by Tava Nawai, and he will always run it hard back at the line. Tackled low, though, by, I believe that one would have been Awa'a, who was able to make the tackle there. Is he Tuanga Fussy? Driving forward here for Tasman as well, just inside of their own 22, so more than likely we'll be looking for a kick. It looks like Jack Ruby passing it back, and it will be William Harvey. Let's get him the opportunity to kick this one way downfield on the left boot, close to the touchline, but taken nicely there by Famai. And now it is going to be going back across Lolagi Vizier. Great low tackle from Shannon Frizzell, though, keeping them just inside their own half. Enery now passing it across Ely. Little bit of a juggle there from Cridge, but he has been able to take that one. And at this stage, Hawkes Bay, they would love to be able to start this match quickly. Pori Rackety Stones dragged down by Frizzell, who's already made 2 tackles in the first minute of this game. Now passing it back once again. It's going to be Jonah Lowe, tries to pin the ears back, but he is dragged down in the end by Levi Amor. Oh, it's been dropped by Pori Rackety Stones on the halfway line, and now does mean that it will be the scrum feed. And we have got Sebastian with the shield in the chat as well. And also we have got the Woo and Wednesday night at 5:40 p.m. says Brandon. Also we have got the Hey all hope you're well and who watched the Quins Bears game. I really wanted to, and I did see that in the end the Bristol Bears, they were 21-0 up, but then they ended up losing that game about 54 points to 24 or somewhere around there. So it was a massive comeback for the Harlequins, and it will be given them flashbacks to that semi-final last year of the competition. But Harlequins looking very strong at the moment. Bristol Bears have been struggling a little bit, but they are a very good side, and I'm sure they will be fighting back as well. We have got the Oilers too good as well. There's Skater here. The way that the match started, it seemed like it was well and truly going to be going the way of the Bristol Bears, but then it was just try after try. Marcus Smith, did he come on the field relatively early, KT? Because I did see he was supposed to be 22, but maybe either did he start or was he out there because of an injury? But I saw he was out there about 20 minutes in and just really was carving it up as well. Come on, you Quins as well from Sebastian. Hello, Kate. Says Brandon there. And also we have got the, hey, brother, how you do? But now it is going to be Tasman. Shannon Frizzell gets a carry. And they are going to be just inside of their own half. Mitch Hunt now chipping this one, looking for a bit of territory. And it has gone into touch about 25 metres out from the Hawkes Bay line. So at this stage, of course, with the new rule of the 50-22, if it hadn't been taken back into the half of Tasman, it could have been going possibly for that 50-22 if Mitch Hunt decided to. But because of that rule, does mean you've got to be inside of your half at the start of your attack, but now going to the back there, it's going to be taken nicely by, I believe it would have been Jeff Cridge, and now Danny Tawala in the number 12 jersey for this matchup. And Hawkes Bay, their backline is very strong, which is why it's going to be an interesting contest. Oh, taken beautifully by Tava Nawai in the air over the top of Famai. Passing it back now, Mitch Hunt receives a low pass. It's looking set up here. Alex Nankerville, wide cut out pass now out onto the wing to Anton Segner, who is trying to cut his way back infield. And do let me know who you guys think is going to be scoring the first try of this match as well. I'm going to say Lester Fine-Arnuku is my prediction, but now it's going to be Mitch Hunt with a step on the inside, dragged down in the end by his Highlanders teammate Ash Dixon. I guess that's not really for too much longer though, because Ash Dixon going to be heading to Japan, but now it's still available. Tuanga Fussy carries the ball 25 metres out. Levi Amor with a big step on the inside, dragged down in the end by Jeff Cridge on the 22, ripped away by Devon Flanders though. And he has been able to get the turnover, massive one. And now it's going to be the counter-attack. Marino Makali, 2, draw and pass. Out to Jonah Lowe, inside ball to Lolagi Vizier. Now it's going to be Enery. It's about a 3-on-1. Passes it back in. Marino Makali, 2, trying to link up. And he's going himself. Enery in the corner, scores the try for Hawkes Bay. And that is an absolutely phenomenal way to get yourselves underway in this match for Hawkes Bay. And what a try it was. It was almost a full field, but all the credit's got to go to Devon Flanders because he was the man who was able to get the turnover way back on the 22. And then from there, it was just counter-attack. Enery, Marino Makali too, and also Vizier all on the same page. Stacey Ely, beautiful offload out to Jonah Lowe. Inside ball to Vizier. They still had 60 metres to go. And then from there, Enery with the cutout pass to Marino Makali too, always in support. Was Enery there, and he was able to score it in the corner, and they get underway there for the first try of the match as well. And that is something that would make the home crowd very happy for that one. There we go. We had that one, and it was only in about the 4th minute that try was being able to be scored, and Tasman were under pressure with that defence as well. We have got try, and also we have got there, it's the power of the Quins right there, Katie says Sebastian. Also, we have got there guy, the Magpies, says Spence in the chat, and also Hawkes Bay First Blood and High from Paddy Wagon. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And now Lincoln McClutchy going to have the opportunity to try and convert this one and make it a 7-point little bit of an advantage. But what a try for Hawkes Bay, playing like a side who do want to retain this. I'm not too sure why I did this. I decided to make it. It is on cardboard for some reason. I know that they call it the logo wood, like I mentioned at the start, but mine is just, that's not quite the best kick, so it is going to remain 5-0. Yeah, mine's just piece O cardboard at this stage, but it has got the shield. The image doesn't look too bad. Might have to put it in the background as a bit of a prop, and I might have to write Hawkes Bay straight across the middle of it, depending on how this match goes. There we go. It's got there. Brandon has said, can you read my message as well? I assume that is the one to Katie, which is I'm so bored in level 3, possibly, if I'm not wrong there. But now it is going to be 5 minutes in, and Lester Whainānuku, they are showing him he hasn't touched the ball yet, but he will need to in a short moment if Tasman do want to get their way back into this match. But it was a beautiful setup from Hawkes Bay. The steal on the 22 by Devon Flanders, who is very good for the Hurricanes. Oh, it's going to be taken, though, by Tava Nawai. And now straight away they're going to have this ball back here. Tasman, a little bit of a juggle from Groovy, and it has a knock on. So now it will be the scrum on the 22 for Hawkes Bay once again. So this match is starting at a frantic pace. So the massive question is who is going to be able to keep it for the longest. We normally see Hawkes Bay finish matches very well. Tasman are one of those explosive sides who can get a lot of tries in a hurry. I remember that game up against Northland, I believe it was, right in the last moment. Shannon Frizzell able to get himself that try. And tell you what, we've already seen a golden point game this round with Wellington versus Canterbury. Are we going to see another one? We'll have to wait and see as well. We have got Jack in the chat as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. But now it's going to be the scrum 22 metres out from their own line here for Hawkes Bay. The Magpies. Looks like a nice day as well at the moment at McLean Park, and they will be hoping to retain this one as well. 19-1 from 19 feeds for their scrums in 2021. Very impressive. And they are actually the first for success rate that's going to be going down in the front row. And now we are going to have the scrum reset as well. But now at this stage, the referee, James Domini, will have his hands full for this one because you would assume it's going to be a very physical matchup between the two sides. Okay, James Dolman really letting them know about how to scrummage at this stage. We have got there. Well, my dude, there's a perfect time to discover a new hobby as well, says Katie Dixon. That is a very good point indeed at this stage. I feel like with the amount of rugby that's on as well, like there's so many competitions going on that like we've got rugby all through the night, although not too many games taking place kind of this time of the day other than for the Bunnings NPC, which we have still got a game tomorrow, which is going to be between Southland and Manawatu is another good matchup as well. Now it is going to be bind and set for James Dolman once again here. Big push from the Magpies. But Tasman almost able to counter, but instead now it's available once again for this back line. It's going to be Vizier looking on the outside, steps beautifully. Inside ball, great hands there from Daddy Tuala. Man on the inside instead of the outside. And it is going to be Nagavel who was able to claim it, but almost another runaway try there for Hawkes Bay. Mitch Hunt under pressure, puts it back down the middle of the field. It's a big kick. It's got an ugly bounce though, and it might be bouncing all the way dead. Is it? No, it's going to be avoiding. I believe it is Lincoln McClutchy back there, and he is kicked it for touch. Not the best kick though. So now just inside of the 22, it will be Tasman who have got the line out as well. Hey mate, as well. Says it, Luke. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. Do let me know who you think is going to be winning this match. Also, who's going to be the next try scorer? I did say, who did I say for the first one? I think I said Lester Whainānuku as my try scorer, but then straight away it was Inuri who was able to score himself the try. And so we have got there. How's it going, Luke? And also we have got there. Did you dye your ponytail? Says Luke. If we're talking about myself, then it's still the same color. I think it's actually the redness of the curtain that it does actually look red, doesn't it? If I'm not wrong, but now, yeah, I believe it is just the color of the curtain kind of going because of the fact we've actually got sun here. I'm up at an hour where it is sunny. So that is a rare occurrence. But now Shannon Frizzell driving forward. That is not a rare occurrence for the Tasman Marcos this year. Now Mitch Hunt cut out pass out to Whainānuku. Trying to run through Jonah Lowe. Looking beautiful offload on the inside to Parkinson. Bounce pass now to Mitch Hunt, and at this stage, Tasman looking a little bit like they are just trying to find a couple phases to get themselves set, and it's going to be a penalty. So now, going back for that advantage, do they decide to go for the 3 points, or do you kick it for the corner? We have what's got there. And at the chat, yeah, but about the ponytail thing, I don't think, yeah, I haven't, or I know I haven't, unless it's been a prank on me, but Yeah, for some reason, I think it is just the light, because unlike a normal day, look at that. It's blasting in at the moment, the sun. Oh, no, it's gone overcast almost a little bit at the moment. But, it's still looking not too bad for a Saturday afternoon for a bit of rugby. But they are going to be taking on the 3 here for Tasman, which does mean that they would be able to make it only a 2-point contest. And I'm wondering, are we going to have another game this round go to Golden Point? Because they're seeming to become a lot more kind of a regular occurrence, I guess I should say. But yeah, I'm excited for this match, as you guys can probably tell. 10 minutes in already, but this game could be only a 2.1. And it feel like if it's anything like the Bay of Plenty versus Hawkes Bay game, it will be going right down to the wire. And we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Most points at the moment, Mitch Hunt sitting in third for the Tasman Marcos. In front of him, 78 points for Stephen Perafeta of Taranaki. He's going to be playing a little bit later on. And then also it was Brett Cameron, who's having a very good season for Manawatu. And also we have got there Hamish Olakiwi Ladders as well. Says David Dale, welcome into the live stream, mate. Do let me know who you think is going to be winning this game. Because at the moment, I believe Bay of Plenty, they had a very close game. It went to Golden Point, and in the end, Hawkes Bay just able to sneak it. But for this game as well, I believe they were actually coming in as the favourite, Tasman, which was the big difference between those two matches. So they are expected to take this shield away for the first time in a very long time. But we will have to wait and see. Mitch Hunt striking that one, and it has gone straight down the middle. So now the score is going to be 3 points to Tasman and 5 to Hawkes Bay after only 11 minutes. There's a man with a shark on his head in the crowd. Of course, the Marco is, of course, the shark, and they will be hoping to get this one back in Nelson for a first time since, I want to say, about 1970, I think I saw, was Melbro was able to get that. Please don't remind me of Bay Game as well. Sorry, David. I do apologise in advance for that one. Although the next week game, I believe they were able to beat Wellington, so they did very well in that regard. Straight on the ball there for Hawkes Bay. Marino Makaeli 2 turns it over. And now Hawkes Bay once again, 25 metres out in the rear for Mai. Steps back on the inside here. And he is going to be having the carry. Enery already scoring the try for his side. Pori Rakati Stones trying to break his way forward. Dwanga Fussy tries to intercept. Now Ash Dixon, quick answer here for Mai. Passes it into touch. And now it does mean that it is going to be the Tasman who have got the lineup. We have got the hello, David, from Sebastian. Also, we have got the saw you in the Quinn's live stream chat. How about that game, brother, as well? Says Katie Dixon, and hi, friend, says David as well. And yeah, by the sounds of it, it was an impressive comeback. And the thing is, it's not even the biggest comeback that the Harlequins have had up against the Bristol Bears. After that semi-final last year, they just fought hard. And I believe the Harlequins will almost be sitting relatively high on the table now. If I'm not wrong, they might even be sitting in the top 2. And they have got the game less than some of the other teams. But now Mitch Hunt kicking it straight down the middle of the field. Once again, for my eye. Going to be claiming that one after a little bit of a juggle. Oh, Lalagi Vision here, not the best pass to him, but he's been able to claim it. Now running it forward at halfway. Dragged down by Quinton Strange. Got up and gone again here. And dragged out in the end by Gruby. Passing it back across now. It's going to be Wa'a. Passing now McClutchy out into the hands of Danny Tawala. Trying to break the line. Beautiful offload to Marino Makieli too. And once again, they are going to be driving forward here for the Hawkes Bay Magpies. Pori Rakati Stones with a good carry, making good go forward, 40 metres out. And Quinton Strange, I believe, is down at the moment. It looks like some sort of arm injury. Jonah Lowe stepping through the gap as well. Offloads it back. Ash Dixon with the great hands. It's 3-on-1 inside ball. Stacey Ely backs himself 5 metres out now, or 10. For Hawkes Bay Enery. Passes it back now. It's going to be a short ball to Wah. Get him very close to the line. Enery sniping. Going himself, but he's going to be just short. But it's going to be an offside advantage over the top. And I believe it's a try to Brendan O'Connor. Was it? Yes, it was. Brendan O'Connor able to score it. And Hawkes Bay now going to be adding some more points. And they are looking strong on attack at the moment. They are putting them under pressure, and they are getting rewarded. Brendan O'Connor in the number 7 jersey, able to score that try. Will go like that, Brendan O'Connor, but it was a great offload from Jonah Lowe. And in the end, taken by Ash Dixon. Went on the inside to Stacey Ely. Just wasn't quite able to find the pass on the outside, but they held on to it. They were patient, the Hawkes Bay Magpies. And then from there, Jonah Lowe passes it off to Wa'a, who got very close. Enery tried to snipe, couldn't quite get over the line, but now it is going to be going back, and I believe it is going to be Quinton Strange at the moment, who is still down with the arm injury, but it is going to be the score of 12 to Hawkes Bay and 3 to Tasman. But it looks very bad for Quinton Strange here. We don't want to see him injured because he is the co-captain and also just a phenomenal player as well. But Brendan O'Connor able to get his way over the line, and he does score the try, the second try of the match now for Hawkes Bay. Oh, yes, okay, it was Porirakiti Stones who collided with him, and it was almost kind of the elbow, I guess you could say, or it was kind of a little bit of the forearm to the shoulder, and Quinton Strange is down, and this is looking like we're going to have a little bit of a stoppage here, but at this stage, 2 tries already for Hawkes Bay. What a way to start this match as well, and they are putting Tasman under a huge amount of pressure. We have got there in the chat as well. We have got there, I be here for every livestream, Kiwi lads as well. And try, says Brandon. And also we have got there in the chat, hi from Katie Dixon, or sorry, try from Katie Dixon. And also, hi, buddy, says David, and she's all right, but no Charlotte Kesslick, says Sebastian as well, watching because of Jess Preach, says Luke. Who is Jess Preach? Is she a referee, Luke? Or is she a commentator? Do let me know. But now at this stage, it is going to be the Tasman Marcos once again kicking off this match. Quinton Strange might even be an elbow. And by the looks of it, I'm not sure whether or not it's just the way he's holding it, but it looks like it's extremely swollen around there. But I assume it was actually the shoulder, but he will just be holding it up. He got a slap on the ass from Hugh Renton there, which I'm sure will make him feel better. But it is at this stage now that he is going to be going off. Quince player as well, says Sebastian. But now Hugh Renton already making his way out there, replacing Quinton Strange, which is a change that they wouldn't have been wanting to make this early on. But 9 points difference at the moment between these two sides. Who is going to be able to have the Ranfurley Shield? 14 minutes in. Quinton Strange, you can see the frustration. Not how he wanted to be going off the field here. Tawai once again trying to chase that ball, but Stacey Ely is a drag down in the end by him, but just inside of their 22 at the moment. The Hawkes Bay Magpies once again. Henry fires it back to McClutchy. And he has been able to find the touchline with a decent kick as well. Decides against the quick throw there, Harvili. And now Tasman need to make sure they are the next team to score as well. We have got there. She plays for the Quins, but she was doing YouTube live stream as well, says Luke, because I believe the Harlequins, if I'm not wrong, they're the only YouTube channel, or kind of team of a YouTube channel that provide commentary during the games with like the ex-players and current players. If I'm not wrong there, Devon Flanders once again steals the ball there off Tasman on the line out, and he is having a phenomenal game for the first 15. Henry now passes it back to Ash Dixon, met by the wall that was, and at the end, I believe it was Sam Martinga, and also it would have been Andrew Makaleo. Henry now puts up the box kick. Going to be chased there by Naria Famai. Tawanawa tries to get it taken beautifully by Jeff Cridge, though. And now it's going to be Edery, fires it back once again, 45 metres out. Now Danny Tawala kicking behind, 50-22 opportunity. No, it's gone straight into the hands of Harvili there. So border level 3 as well, says Brandon. And also, are they the greatest, aren't they? As I said, Sebastian, you'll be very happy with that last performance as well, because at the end of the day, I believe, if I'm not wrong, how many teams have not lost a game? I know Northampton are another team that have not lost a game yet. But other than that, I believe there's only 1 or 2 other teams who have been able to do it. The Harlequins are 1, and they are at the moment, they might be sitting 1 after that round. I'm actually going to have a quick look while we are waiting for this line out. It is going to be the Hawkes Bay side who will have the line out 40 metres out. But I am going to be going back and seeing exactly who is sitting top of the table at the moment, because I assume the Harlequins are definitely first or second. Saracens playing Newcastle tonight is the game that is going to be on New Zealand TV. Beautiful inside ball there from McClutchy, and it's going to be taken nicely by a Jonah Lowe, 40 metres out, entering now, fires it back, Jeff Cridge a little bit. Oh, a knock on from Alex Nankerville, drawing passes by McClutchy with the offload on the outside. Stacey Ely, he's got Fizanier, he skips him out to the rear for my offload on the inside. Fizanier scoring the try. What a try for Hawkes Bay, and that's their third in 16 minutes. They are on absolute fire for this match now. Are they going to be checking it? That's the big question. I don't think there's anything to check. Lalagi Vizanier scores himself another one here. It's just counter-attacking rugby as well. A little bit of a mistake from Alex Nankerville with that drop. And then from them, McClutchy, just a no-look offload. Out the back, Stacey Ely, the pace. Naria Famai received that skip pass in the offload game. It's just going all the way off Hawkes Bay here. And now at this stage, we're going to be adding another try. They are only 1 try away from getting a bonus point here, Hawkes Bay. And I did mention as well, the table, the way that it was sitting, if they win this game with a bonus point, Hawkes Bay, they will be in the position of being able to be first on the table, depending on how much they win it by. If they don't get that bonus point, they could still possibly push their way towards there, but they are playing extremely well at the moment. Try, says Brandon. And also from, it was Sebastian and Katie, and also Charlotte Kesslick is like 65 kgs of awesomeness. Can you hook up with a Kiwi Lads? Can you hook up a Kiwi Lads interview with Please Average as well, says David. I mean, if we can somehow do that, I'm sure that you guys would definitely enjoy it. McClutchy striking it nice just away to the left-hand side, but now the score is going to be 17 to Hawkes Bay and 3 to Tasman as well. McClutchy, the no-look offload out the back, just sweeping it across field to Stacey Ely, who was right there ready for it. And also we have got there, they're the greatest, aren't they? And it's 3 bonus point victories for the Harlequins as well. And we'll go there and see exactly where they are sitting in. Way more lopsided contest than expected. Says Sebastian, that's the thing. Tasman came into this game as the favourites, and they didn't have the shield. But the shield, this Ranfurley Shield here, does things for the Magpies. They've been able to hang on to it for a reasonably long time at the moment. I believe the team that they took it off was Otago, and they have actually defended it up against Otago as well. Yeah, Harlequin sitting on 15 points in first. Leicester also having 3 wins, and Northampton, the other side, who haven't lost a game yet, they are sitting on 14 and 13. Now, what are you doing tomorrow? More live stream as well, says Brandon. We are indeed. I'm thinking about doing a Be a Pro live stream tomorrow night alongside a Far Cry 6 live stream on the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel as well. And then we will be having our 3 a.m. game that has taken place. And I'm trying to think of who it is. It is in the Premiership, but Fireback once again, Henry gives it to McClutchy. It is the Wasps playing Northampton, another undefeated side. His foot was on the line there. Oh, okay, William Harvey, they have not called that one as being in touch, and now it's a counter-attack here for Tasman. Molester Whainanoku with the carry. 45 metres out. I'm not even sure if they're going to check this one, but if there is a try, I'm sure that they will. Mitch Hunt now gives it off, and it's going to be the big man, Andrew Makaleo, driving his way forward. Finds the offload to Nankabell as well. He is dragged down by Tom Parsons. Still available. They've got the advantage now for Tasman, and it's going back for the penalty. And it could lead. I would say they've got to kick for this one for the corners. Oh, let's go as well, says Dominic. And also we have got there, and there yesterday, 35 to 30 was crazy game. It was indeed. They're going for the 3-year Tasman once again. So they've decided that they want to keep on ticking over the points. We're seeing the foot here of Harvey. Oh, I think that foot is just on the line perhaps, but does mean that Tasman are going to be able to get that 3 points, and it will put them back to only being 11 points behind. But that game going to Golden Point as well. Like, we've had it 3 times so far. We went the first 2 rounds without having a single one going to Golden Point, and now all of a sudden it seems like it's a weekly occurrence, Dominique, as well, says Brandon. Also, I spent the whole morning surfing, and I'm sunburnt badly, as well, says Luke. But I think they are checking this one once again here for David Harvey. Or sorry, William Harvey, I should say. And I believe they are still going to be allowing Tasman to take on the 3 points. So it is going to be one of those ones. The crowd aren't too happy with that one. Did you think Hawks will win easy tonight, says Dominic? I did not. I thought that Tasman were going to put up a good fight and they were going to have a great start to this match. It didn't quite go the way so far for the first 20, but Tasman, they have got the ability of getting some tries in a hurry. And I feel like the second half will be a little bit closer, because my prediction was going to be either Hawke's Bay win by 1 point or Tasman win by 8 were my 2 predictions. And we're a little bit off that at the moment. And we have got there. Have I ever heard a more Aussie sentence? Most likely not as well. Says Sebastian, I miss the ocean. Says Katie Dixon, Ash Dixon. Or sorry, that's Mitch Hunter's kicked that one. And now the score is going to be 6 points to Tasman and 17 to the Hawke's Bay as well. How's it going, Dominique? Says Sebastian. And also we have got there. I'm going to be here tomorrow, maybe, says Brandon there. But I guess at the moment you are sitting in almost, it'll be decent weather there, Luke, at the moment. What are you sitting, 25 degrees Celsius or somewhere around there? Do let me know. But McClutchy once again going to be kicking off for the Hawke's Bay side on the 22. Tava Nawai once again now playing with the touchline, just maybe torn to the crowd a little bit. And now Garubi fires it back across. Shannon Frizzell drops the head tackle though by Marina McAlliu too, and also Devon Flanders, and they've held this one up here, Hawke's Bay. And if Tasman can't get this ball out, it is going to be the scrum for them as well. And their forwards playing a physical game at the moment. Marino Macali too. He's got a smile ear to ear at the moment. Very happy with the performance. It's 27 degrees in Sydney as well, says Luke. Oh, tell you what, that foot of Tava Nawai, it was a little tiny bit further infield than William Harfeli's, but it was literally inches once again. We've got ALDA as well from Katie Dixon with the ball, and 23 here, says Brandon. I believe we're sitting 13 degrees with light rain, it says, but we have got a little bit of sun happening at the moment here in South Canterbury. But 5 turnovers conceded so far by Tasman. That is a number that they will not want to increase, because it has been costing them a lot of possession. And we've got to remember that counter-attack that scored the first try of the match for Hawke's Bay. It was from, I believe it was Jonah Lowe, who was able to run down that wing, but also the steal from Devon Flanders. And by the way, today is the day before disaster, because it's raining all next week as well, says Luke. I believe we were supposed to have rain for most of this week, but we actually had quite a few sunny days. Interception thrown. And now it's going to be back on the side of Jack Ruby for Tasman. Or is it stolen? Brendan O'Connor almost able to get it. Still going to be available. Shannon Frizzell looking like he's going to be playing halfback. Fires it back to Mitch Hunt, looking like a counter-attack here from inside their 22. Levi Amua with the shunt of as well. Tries to find the offload, and Lester Whainanoku not able to regather, and it is going to be going into touch. And Hawke's Bay once again will have this line out. We have got there, of course, New Mexico is landlocked as well. says David, and also we have got there, but today is the day. Oh, I read that one, and also hope Tasman lose, says Liam Gaines, and at the moment they are sitting in a difficult situation, 11 points down in only the early stages of this match as well. 23 minutes in though, so it will be interesting to see whether or not they can fight back as well. Only 2 degrees here in cold and rainy Transylvania, says Sebastian. So yeah, that's getting a little bit chilly. What do you guys sit at for summer, Sebastian, out of curiosity? Because I know that we were sitting for winter, we were at about, I want to say about -1 most nights when I was doing my live streams in the middle of the night. But, it's a big hit from Barry Parkinson rushing up. I want to take the contact, and now it's opening up the backline movement once again. It's going to be Danny Tuala making quite a few meters so far for himself, dragged down. It's a penalty. The way at Tasman, who was it who was able to get over the ball? I believe Alex Nankerval it was, the Chiefs centre. Able to win that penalty as well. We have got the, I don't know if I will be at the live stream tonight as well, says Brandon. Also, we have got the, says Katie Dixon and hey from Dominique to Katie. And also, we have got the, I'm on the coast, so it's most likely correct the weather as well, says Luke. And also, we have got the games is more stressed when we just listen to the game versus watch on stream, says Dominique. Yeah, I feel like the way that I describe some of them at times is probably, I mean, it's close to what's happening, but some of the time I probably get a little bit wrong, so it probably makes it a lot more stressful in that regard as well. But now at this stage, 45 meters out, Tasman are going to have this line out throw on the near side of the field as well. Can you watch my video, says Brandon? I will try my best, although I haven't really had any chance to watch YouTube over the last kind of 2 weeks or so, purely because of how much rugby we have had on. And we've also been working on that Kiwi Lads gaming channel as well, which some of you guys are aware of. I've never experienced negative degrees before as well, says Luke. So maybe a winter in New Zealand could be on the cards one day. And then, yeah, I guess it's not really fun, though. You're probably lucky in that regard that you haven't had to. But now Mitch Hunt got this ball only about 45 meters out from his line. He's kind of standing still, trying to work out where the gap is. Almost O'Connor able to get straight on the ball. The halfback taken out, though. And it is now going to be the penalty going the way of the Tasman Marcos Urenton with a bit of a push and a shove for Tom Parsons as well. Still yanking him around. And now it looks like Ash Dixon getting right in the face of his teammate, Urenton. Believe he is saying there's no need for that, mate. Get out of it. But now we have got the 12:02 a.m. And also we have got the, we have -2 at Forestville, Quebec, Canada. As I come on, Tasman, says Shane. And also, did you see the last game? Says Brandon. I did see the one a few games ago, if I'm not wrong there. And also it tends to rise to 30 to 35 degrees in the summer, but in winters are usually -30 as well. So I guess you've really got a massive spread in that regard of how cold it will be compared to how hot it is. Because I think New Zealand normally even -1 or something around there is actually pretty cold for us, because normally we can hit like maybe 25, 30 if we're very, very lucky in summer, but we've probably only got about a 30-degree spread, whereas you're sitting at about a 60-degree spread that it can be in Romania. I almost said Transylvania, but that is the location, isn't it? But it is Romania, the country. There we go. We've also got there. I've been in snow, but it was like 1 to 3 degrees as well in COVID-19. 33 new cases. There's Brandon. So yeah, it's looking like more than likely. I didn't actually see what happened with Northland in terms of whether or not they were able to get out of Northland before that lockdown takes place, because if they weren't, that will mean that they won't be able to play any rugby for a little while. And also Auckland, Counties, Manukau, North Harbour, all missing out on games at this stage for the next week or so at least. And sometimes living in a tiny country like New Zealand, I forget how massive other countries are as well, says David. Yeah, it's kind of, where we are as well in the country for myself. Like, we have a big city. I guess the bigger cities like Christchurch and Dunedin, they're still a few hours away. So we're quite rural, I guess you could say. But Makaleo now goes back to Shannon Frizzell. But yeah, I sometimes miss going to a big city in terms of on a holiday or something like that. They've got the advantage once again. The Tasman Marcos going back now to the hands of it is their man in the number 4 jersey, Charika Daveta, who is actually going to be moving to Fiji and Drua for the Super Rugby season. Still available here for the Tasman Marcos. It's a penalty as well, Brendan O'Connor. Tried to steal it, wasn't quite able to. Right, what did Tasman do here? It's going to be another penalty against Hawkes Bay inside of the 22. Do they go for the 3, or do they now kick it for the corner? That's a big question. My state is bigger than your country as well, says Luke. And also we have got their 1 case here, says Brandon. Also in winter, January, February as well, depending on where you are in Quebec, Canada. But we can reach -40 as well. See, that would be very chilly. I feel like if you throw, I know this probably sounds like a dumb question, if you throw water in the air when it's -40, I know that it would probably end up kind of, if it was hot water, it would end up doing like that kind of steam bomb type thing. But if you throw water up when it's 40 degrees, or if you were bare feet, I mean, your foot would probably freeze off, wouldn't it? If I'm not wrong. And also we have got the Holly Wilson SZA as well. Welcome in to the live stream. And also we have got the, we love ice hockey for this as well, says Dominique. And also we have got, sometimes I forget how huge the USA is. I would love to live it in a small country like New Zealand as well. And yeah, we're quite isolated, but the time zones are normally not too bad in terms of, although International Rugby, United Rugby Championship, I found is the worst one in terms of trying to find a good time to watch those games compared to when they start. But overall, it's very nice down in this part of the world. My friend Keelan says, how's it going as well? I'm doing very well, mate. At this stage, Tasman are doing decently in this game to be able to only be 8 points behind after this kick goes over from Mitchung, because Hawkes Bay have already scored 3 tries in this matchup. But that one has gone over from Mitch Hunter. Now the score is going to be sitting 9 points to Tasman and 17 for Hawkes Bay as well. We have got the New Zealanders, an awesome place to live, it is indeed. And at this stage, we've got some pretty awesome rugby going on in kind of the Bunnings NPC. Not too many people watch this one if you are from other countries, but there's some very good players who are coming up through the ranks. And a lot of these guys we will get to see in Super Rugby as well in the coming days, coming months, I should say. Because in February, we're only around 4 or 5 months away from that competition getting underway, and I'm very excited. It's a loose ball there, and Ash Dixon shunting off Tava Nawai, which is not very easy to do at all, but now Hawkes Bay able to retain their kickoff. Now Marino Makeli too, once again driving forward to Renton, almost able to get on the ball. Enery with the bounce pass, McClutchy, inside ball goes through the hands, and it's gone backwards, so it's still available. Now it's a loose back line, Stacey Ely cut out pass, and Jonah Lowe looking at the line, he's busted through the tackle, metre short there for Jonah Lowe, who wants the ball. It's going to be a selling a dummy, Stacey Ely still a metre short. And it looks like at this stage, has the ball gone over the line, it might be held up, but they are going to be checking this one. But I believe he wasn't going to be able to get that one down, Stacey Ely, in the first attempt. So it might be the case of a goal line dropout. I got Rugby Challenge 4, and I play for the Chiefs and the All Blacks as well. Says Ollie, so I assume that is in your Be a Pro mode, which is a very fun game mode, and we are actually going to be doing a live stream on that one tomorrow night. We are hoping to, and I was in Bateman's Bay once, and it was like 48 degrees, and I cooked an egg in the middle of the road, as well, says Luke. And also, yeah, I feel like the hottest we've had, I remember when we put in like a little bit of an outdoor area, like on our back deck, we had a bit of a wall going up, and it was, Stacey Ely. He's short there. He was on the knee. He's still on the knee, full sideways, but it's very hard to see whether or not the ball is over the line. But pretty much we had it, and it was about 30-something degrees, and we tried to cook an egg, and it didn't work. Like, it just wasn't quite hot enough. Oh, hang on. Stacey Ely's put that ball down, so it's whether or not it is a double movement, or if it's not, it will be a try. Oh, this is the massive call here because of the fact the knee went down, but then was he still kind of in movement? Because he kind of ended up getting picked back up a little bit by Anton Segner. So I'm not sure how they're going to call this one. Unfortunately, it's going to be a massive one as well. Who do you support, Dominic? The Canadians or the Senators? As well as this match, and also we have got there, do you play Fortnite? Says Ollie Wilson. It's a try. Stacey Ely scoring the try now, and Hawkes Bay have got the bonus point in the very early stages of this match. What a start to this game, but Stacey Ely, everyone in the back line's trying to have a piece of it at the moment, and it is going to be the 4th try of the match. Tasman yet to score now, but this is pretty much, I would say at this stage, the upset of the kind of round, I guess you could say, because of course that game between Wellington and Canterbury was going to be very close, but this game at the moment, if Hawkes Bay can win this one by 20 points or so, that would just shock everyone in that regard, because I think a lot of people thought that this one was going to be a little bit closer. Great kick from Lincoln McClutchy as well, and that now means that it is going to be 24 points to Hawkes Bay, but it was a beautiful cutout pass once again. Jonah Lowe getting back up, win again, very close to the line, and then Stacey Ely decides he was big enough to have a go, and he was just able to fall over the line. Yeah, inside the try, the 4th try of the game for them as well. I'm starting to lose count. That is how quickly Hawkes Bay are going at the moment. We have got there in the chat as well. Try from Sebastian. And what part of New Zealand are you from? I'm from South Canterbury. So kind of halfway in between the Crusaders and the Highlanders, or Christchurch and Dunedin is normally the way that I do describe it. This is a huge from Hawkes Bay, more than impressive as well. Exactly right, mate. Going into this game as the underdogs to now be sitting with a total of around 15 points as their advantage in the early stages here. But the big thing here is this game is not over. There was a guy in the way, unfortunately, on the camera. So because of it now, it does mean that it is going to be going back, and it will be the Tasman line out. So they have to make sure that they get back into this one. Yeah, I was in a rural area. No one was bothering me. The wheel was 48 degrees and the road was at least 58 degrees or something as well, says Luke. And also we have got there go Hawks go, says Dominic. And Shield will stay in Hawkes Bay, says Shane. And at the moment, it's looking relatively likely. I made one a little bit earlier on. It's made out of cardboard. So it's not quite as prestigious as the one that they are playing for. But at this stage, Tasman need to score a try in the next 11 minutes of this first half. They want any chance of being able to win this game. Andrew Makaleo with the carry. They just haven't quite been able to put all the phases together. But now Mitch Hunt, that was a bit of a dummy drag down by Enery. And it's still going to be available on the side of the mark. Goes Pari Parkinson, fires it back to Levi Moore now, trying to break through. He's a big man in the centres, but he is dragged down by another big man, Marino. Macali to David Arvili, William Arvili. Oh, he's dropped the ball. And now it will be the scrum feed for Hawkes Bay once again. And we have got that well, says Henry Samuel in the just combo, or I just won the Carabao Cup against Liverpool and also got a clean sheet as well. So that is very impressive as well. What's the trophy's meaning? Says that, Luke, it is pretty much the Ranfurley Shield is the kind of most prestigious domestic New Zealand kind of, I guess you could say, shield. I believe it's been going for, I want to say it's been going at least, is it 50 or 100 years? I think it's been going a very long time, but pretty much all these little thingies on here, I can't actually read them, unfortunately, but those are from all of the past years. So pretty much when you are at home, when you're playing a domestic competition game, you do have the shield on the line, and it is just one of those ones. I'm trying to think of a comparison, but it's very hard to find one because of the fact it is pretty much just any team can win it. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly who wins it after this game. And if Hawkes Bay have it, they will have it for around, I think they've held it for a year so far as well. We always got that you speak so fast. It was so good for me to learn English, or so good for learn English language for me. You did that as well, says Dominic. Yeah, I ended up pretty much, I didn't draw it because I can't draw to say myself, but pretty much I got a printout of the picture and then just put it on a piece of cardboard and said thanks very much for coming at this stage, because we have got a cutout of Ian Foster's head, but I decided 117 years, says Paddy Wagon. So yeah, it is over that century. It's going to be another penalty here for Tasman for the collapsing scrum, so now they will be going for the corner. But yeah, maybe we'll have to put the Ranfurley Shield on a stick. I'm thinking about having it in the background as a bit of a prop, because you guys can't see it up there, so I think it would have to be back there somewhere on the back wall, and then we can have the Hawkes Bay side or Tasman, depending on who's got it. Okay, printed as well, says that Dominique. But now kicking for the touchline, Mitch Hunt, 10 metres out here, and Tasman need the try. Like I mentioned, do you have a favourite hockey team as well, says Sebastian for Dominique. But it was a massive scrum there from Tasman, and then the ball was knocked down from Lincoln McClutchy. Unfortunately, not able to take it right. 10 metres out, Andrew Makaleo needs a straight throw, and the perfect time for them to score in this game, Tasman would be right now. Opposition 22 visits, 3 times so far for Tasman, but they haven't been able to score a try as of yet. And now at this stage, Andrew Makaleo looks like they're having a little bit of a conversation. Devon Flanders in his ear as well, trying to tell him what the call was. Oh, we have got them. My overall is 91 and I'm 17 as well. That is hugely impressive in that regard. So you're almost at 100 already in Montreal Canadian as well, says Dominique. But now Andrew Makaleo going to be throwing this ball in for Tasman. Looking like more than likely they will be going to Parkinson. Yes, he does get it. And now it's available offload off the back. Andrew Makaleo running hard at the line. Dragged down beautifully though. 5 metres out from the line now. Hugh Renton, I believe it was, round the side. Tasman putting on some pressure. It's going to be their man. And the number 6 jersey, whose name I always have to look at, it is Chirik Daveta. And he has been able to get the momentum going forward. Tavatava Nawai with the bounce past him. And he is going to be dragged down by Parsons. Still available on the side of Tasman though. 6 phases in. And at this stage now, it is going to be round the side. Gruby gives it off to Hugh Renton now. They are getting very close to the line here. Tasman the Marcos. Can they get their first try of this match? Parkinson spinning off, staying on his feet as well. 3 out straight out in front of the post here. Gruby fires it back now. Shannon Frizzell between the sticks, and he scores the opening try of the match for the Tasman Marco. And now that's going to be a perfect time to score, because they will only be sitting 8 points behind once again with this kick going over. But Shannon Frizzell able to score it. He is in the number 8 jersey for this one, but once again, if we're able to get that attack going inside of the 22, the big thing here is that Hawkes Bay have given away about 5 or 6 penalties inside of that 22, so they'll have to be very careful that they don't end up going to the bin in the later stages. But Shannon Frizzell scoring it, and we are only sitting around 32 minutes into this game at the moment. This says 39, but it's actually only 33, so we have got plenty more time for action in this game, and it's going to be an extremely high-scoring one by the looks of it as well, but we will add that one on the sheet. And we have got there, or now we have Blue Jays in the MLB as well, says Dominic. And also we have got there in the NHL League was Quebec Nordwick. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I feel like I might have gotten that well and truly wrong. Do you know when USA versus Uruguay matches, and will it be streamed on World Rugby, says Xavier Brown? I believe that match is actually going to be taking place tonight, I want to say. I'll actually get the exact hour for you as well. But whether or not they have it on the World Rugby, I'm hoping they do, because they did with the last game. But we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. But I know it's not on Sky or anything like that here in New Zealand. But hopefully they do have that game. At this stage, the crowd are getting a show because we have already had a total. It says 40 minutes. It is not 40 minutes. We are only sitting 34 minutes in and 16 points to Tasman, 24 for Hawkes Bay here. So looking through at the international fixtures, Uruguay versus the USA, it is going to be taking place at 8 a.m. tonight, or tomorrow morning, I guess I should say, and 7 a.m. will be Chile versus Canada. So hopefully they do have that on World Rugby's website, but it will be an 8 a.m. start if they do have that one as well. Beautiful try, says Luke. And also we have got there in the Raptors for the NBA, and also we have got there not the best season for the Canadians, but I'm hopeful for the next season, says, or for the new season, says Sebastian, and try Marco, says Sebastian. And also look at World Rugby YouTube as well, says Luke. Taken nicely there by Pari Parkinson, dragged down by Narea Fumai. And now 25 metres out, a little bit of a counter ruck there by, I believe it was Wa'a, but he wasn't able to get the ball. Anton Segner now. Tell you what, if Tasman score one more try before we get to half-time, this game is well and truly on for that second half, that is for sure, but it's going to be just outside of the 22 here for Tasman. And they are going to be trying to build their way forward, or maybe even go for the kick as well. Canada for rugby is probably so bad as well, says Dominic. I believe at this stage, if they win their game up against Chile, that is coming up, they will be able to have a slight opportunity of qualifying for the World Cup. And it is going to be up against the loser of Uruguay versus USA as well. And now passing it back once again, Garubi offloading it back, and it's going to be the big run from, it was Tuanga Fussy once again. Garubi back towards the halfway line, and Tasman look like they are going to be going for this kick here. And at this stage, 4.5 minutes left in this first half. Almost charged down by Parsons, but it's going to be a good chase from Tavatava Nawai once again, but lined up beautifully, taken by McClutchy. Straight on the ball, you rented, it's a penalty there. And now Tasman, more than likely, I would think, they will consider kicking for the corner, or do they get it back within 7? I feel like with the momentum and the way that their last one went for the corner, they have to go for it again. I think it would be a good choice as well. We have got there because you can't access in America, apparently, because of Flow Rugby as well, says it Luke. And also we have got there in the chat, Blue Jays have been in the MLB since 1999 and 2021 as well, says Henry Samuel. What do they decide to do? It looks like they're going for a team huddle, so they will be kicking this one for the corner once again here. Tasman, at this stage, they were sitting 17-0 down, or sorry, 17-3 down, I think, was the closest that they were. And then from there, just kept on going back in their momentum a little bit. And if we go into halftime with only a 1-point contest, tell you what, if Tasman score this one, I've just had the realization, my game on Be a Pro at full time was 24 points to Hawkes Bay, 23 to Tasman. If Tasman score now and get a converted try, they will be identical to that, and we would only be halfway through the game as well. But 10 metres out now, Tasman once again, Andrew Makaleo will be throwing this ball in, and this one needs to be straight here for the Tasman Mako if they want any chance of being back within that 7 before we get to halftime. And they only need another 3 tries in this game to be able to get that bonus point. It seems a little bit far away at the moment, but if they can do so, they will be very happy indeed. Now it is going to be thrown in by Andrew Makaleo. Hawkes Bay, they normally are very strong with the rolling maul. They haven't really had the opportunity to go for it in this match, but that is because they've been scoring tries anytime they enter the 22, and now the rolling maul is set here for the Tasman Mako. Looks like Andrew Makaleo is going to have it at the back. Is he Tuanga Fussy passes it back to him, and now 5 metres out, the defence of the Hawkes Bay rolling maul. Normally when you are strong with a rolling maul, you can defend them pretty well as well, but now creeping forward for Tasman, still available. And Andrew Makaleo is still going to be sitting there. They don't want to give away the advantage here, Hawkes Bay. It's like Ruby's asking for it, popped out the back, and now going back across field. Alex Nankabel pins the ears back 5 metres out now. If they can get this ball out wide, it's a penalty to Hawkes Bay instead. And who was it who was able to get it? I believe it would have been Tom Parsons who was able to get it, and that is a massive moment for them as well. Is there a Bunnings in your town? There is not. The closest Bunnings, I believe, is half an hour up the road for us as well, but we haven't got one in our small town. We don't even have like a Mitre 10 or anything like that as well, which is another competition that was named after, or another kind of store that this competition have been named after in the past. Ellen has said hi as well. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. But that is the first penalty against Tasman in a wee while. And now 22 metres out now, it will be the Hawkes Bay side who will have to line out throw. But straight in there, Tom Parsons just getting on the ball straight away. And because of it, if he didn't have that one, more than likely they would have gone wide, unless the Whainā Nuku could have been a good option there. And we have got there the smiley face from Dominic as well. But now Ash Dixon got a very consistent line-out throw. I believe he has the highest win percentage for the, I believe it was Super Rugby Aotearoa that it was actually, but now taken nicely by Brendan O'Connor, already scoring himself a try in this game as well. But Enery Taken back is the call, so he cannot kick this one into touch on the fall, but instead gives it back to Flanders. Gets one of his first carries of the match, other than a little bit earlier on where he was able to get the turnover and the breakdown. Ash Dixon just waiting for that one. 1 minute left in this game for the first half, and it seems like Hawkes Bay at the moment look like they're just going to be hitting this ball up. But now Marino Makalitu changes his mind, but I believe he gave away the penalty for the double movement, and now because of it, it will be Tasman once again having the opportunity to kick this one for the corner if they do so, or maybe they decide to go for the 3 points and put them within that 7 before we get into the second half. We will have to wait and see, though. Dolman is the referee for this one. James Dolman, what do they decide to do here? Tasman Mitch Hunt, big decision here because normally he's co-captain, I believe. They are taking on the shot. It's normally Mitch Hunt and Quinton Strange. He has gone off the field, though, with the shoulder injury, Quinton Strange. But now they will be taking the 3 points here for Tasman, and it will mean that it's going to be a little bit closer going into halftime as well. And also, I'm currently applying for night fill at Bunnings as well, says Luke. And also, we've got they're a team win. They are a team win every time in rugby. The team is black or something like that as well, says Dominic. Is that the All Blacks? If I'm not wrong, Dominic, there. If I'm not wrong, but although they did lose their last game to the Springboks, but they have said that Marino Makalitu was just held long enough to have it as considered as being down. And the crowd weren't too happy about that one, that is for sure. But 40 minutes in at the moment, Tasman have a chance to kick this one and make it only a 6-point contest going into the second half as well. It's going to be very interesting to see how it goes, though. But Tasman, got to give them a bit of credit here. They have been able to almost fight back to being back to a level playing field, definitely with the start. I mean, Enery, O'Connor, and also Lalagi Vizier all scoring tries in the first 16 minutes of this game. And then Stacey Ely put one on in the 28th as well. And then from there, Shannon Frizzell able to score the 1 try of the match for Tasman. And also, yes, this team win every time. It's like so OP team as well, says Dominic. And also, I want to win the FIFA World Cup with England as well, says Henry. And now at this stage, Mitch Hunt lining this one up. The bonus point still in the favour of Hawkes Bay for those 4 tries. But now kicking this one, Mitch Hunt, he struck it all right. It's going straight down the middle. So now the score at halftime in this matchup, it is going to be 19 points to Tasman and 24 to Hawkes Bay as well. Only the 5 points different, I should say. I think I said 6 before, but this is going to be a very close second half by the looks of it. But we will get some stats up for you guys as well. But do let me know who you think is going to be scoring the first try of the second half as well. I am curious. And before the game, the team sing a song. And it's so cool as well, says Dominic. So I believe that would be the All Blacks, if I'm not wrong, and maybe it is the national anthem followed by the haka, maybe. And also, I want that to happen next year in Qatar as well. They deserve it as well, says Sebastian, and 10 out of 10 from Katie Dixon. And also, aggressive song, says Dominic. Yeah, so that would be the haka, I believe. And also, let's go Tasman, says Shane. So at this stage, seems like it's a little bit of a game of 2 halves in just that first half. The first 20 minutes went all the way off Hawkes Bay. The second 20, you'd say the momentum slowly was going back in the favour of Tasman. But now we've got the big situation awaiting for the second half. I'm excited for it because I feel like this one could be a very close game indeed. Player stats in this one, 50-50 for the possession in that first half. Meters carried, an extra 110 meters carried there for Hawkes Bay, 167 to the 56 of Tasman. 4 tries for them, 1 try for Hawkes Bay. And then also defenders beaten. Tasman actually beating more, 5-2. And offloads in the favour of Hawkes Bay. And I believe about 3 of their offloads have actually come from them being able to score those tries as well. I'm thinking of one off the top of my head, McClutchy with the offload out the back. Then another offload from Naria Famai to get it available on the outside for Lalagi Vizier. But then 39 tackles made by Hawkes Bay. This is a big stat. 0 tackles missed compared to the Tasman. 26 tackles made, 9 tackles missed. So Hawkes Bay, very good with their defence so far. Haven't been letting them through too often. Looking through at some of the player stats in terms of who has made the most meters stay away. Stacey Ely, 35 meters carried so far for that man. 30 carried for Marino Makalitu, and then also 20 for Lalagi Vizier. The most for the Tasman side is Shannon Frizzell, 13 meters carried. 5 carries, 2 defenders beaten, 1 clean break as well. And also we have got there, but it's so small in New Zealand. Everybody knows everyone's business as well, says Katie Dixon. Says it was a David there. At this stage, we're getting another Chemist Warehouse ad. So I assume more than likely, no, this one's the one without Dan Carter, I do see. And can I just say, Tasman have a lot of points on the board for the way they played as well, says Sebastian. That is true. They were able to get 5 penalties. 5 penalties. I believe it was actually 4 penalties, wasn't it, that they were able to get in kind of that first little stage, which is why maybe they're going to have to be very careful in the second half with their discipline, Hawkes Bay. Or else they could end up with a man in the bin, and that could be the difference in this one. And you don't want to end up with a man in the bin like what we have for the Canterbury versus Wellington game, because at the end of the day, Tasman score a try in the early stages of the second half. don't convert, and we go to golden point for some reason in this game as well, then all of a sudden that man advantage could be the difference in the end of that game as well. But they are going to be showing some stats as well and showing the tries. Tell you what, we've had a few of them so far. This team is OP as well. Finding New Zealand National Rugby Union team as well, says Dominique. And Hawkes Bay at this stage, they have been able to score themselves 4 tries. It was Enery who was able to score in just the 4th minute. Brendan O'Connor in the 13th. Lalagi Vizinia then the next try scorer in the 16th. And then Stacey Ely able to score in the 28 as well. We are just seeing Enery. He was well and truly involved in that try alongside Marino Makale too, linking up with him. And then you also had that big steal from Devon Flanders in the end. At the start, Ryan said, what's your score prediction for Taranaki versus Otago? It's a tough game because of the fact that Otago, I feel like at this stage, they haven't found their best form in the early stages of this game, or of this competition, I should say. Like, I will show the table just very quickly. Taranaki, they haven't lost a game yet, and they are in some very good form. Otago, they have just won the one game, but I feel like if anyone was to get an upset, it would be Otago at Forsyth Bar. That's just something that I'm feeling. But I think Taranaki more than likely will be able to win this one by maybe around 13 or 14 points or somewhere around there, purely because of the fact that at the moment they've got Kenny Naholo in that backline. Lachlan Boshier back in the number 6 jersey for his 50th test cap as well. Oh, sorry, 50th cap, I should say, not test cap. But it's just one of those ones as well. Taranaki, they are a good side, and they are playing very well. But Otago, they've got a couple playmakers that could change the game for them in that back line. The likes of a C.O. Tompkinson at 12, linking up with Josh Uwani or someone along there. Vahakolo out on the wing as well. Are they saying, I must put my horse on Taranaki as well, or your house, sorry, on Taranaki, says Rohan. And also, by the way, the South Africa teams in the URC are rising from the dead. Impressive victory for the Sharks yesterday. I did see that they beat the Ospreys. Alan Jones returning to his Ospreys side, and I believe the Sharks were able to win that game. I want to say it was around 27-14 or somewhere around there. But I know that they scored a few tries, which is great to see. And there are a few more games that are going to be going on a little bit later on as well. We have got the Kiwi lads. Why are the Bears doing bad as well? Says Postman Pat. That's a good question because they've got like quite a lot of talent at their side. They've got Stephen Luatua, who is in their 4-pack. Also, Charles Piatel. I'm trying to think of who they're missing as well in terms of, I know that they had Sinclair back for this game, but they don't seem to quite be clicking at the moment in terms of, like last year we saw some very good performances from them. I feel like it's coming, but it's just not quite there yet. And the Harlequins at the moment, they are just in some very, very good form. That is for sure. But I'm hoping to see them play a little bit better in the next few weeks as well. The Ospreys played very poor for a team with 9 international players, as well, says Ryan. And also there we have got 27-13 and Taranaki bonus point victory as well, says Sebastian, for the score on that one. Although we thought that Tasman were going to be able to get a massive win in this game, or at least I did before this one. I said Tasman by 8, I think was my prediction. But now, the way that Hawkes Bay started this match, I'm a little bit worried as well. We have got there because they played the Quins, my guy, I would as well. Yeah, Sebastian is Harlequins through and through at this stage. And also thanks Sebastian, says Rohan as well, for the Taranaki bonus point victory. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. That is for sure, because at the end of the day, Taranaki at the moment, Kenny Naholo, he's signed for the Crusaders. He's going to be one to watch out for. I'm actually going to see whether or not I have got those lineups available. I think I actually made them a little bit earlier on. Yes, I did. So while we are sitting at halftime in this game, 24 points to 19, this is the starting lineup for Otago. So even like a Sam Gilbert or someone, Villamone Karoi out on that side could be doing decently. But I think it's the 4-pack. They're really going to have to be physical, because or else then Taranakis, they have got some very good players in that breakdown. And that could be the difference between these two sides as well. We have also got there Sebastian Grammer, I think Quins versus Tigers final, says Postman Pat. And that would be a pretty good one. Leicester so far, they have just impressed me above and beyond in terms of that defense. We saw in that first game that they played, I think it was, I'm trying to think of who it was. We actually watched the game. I think it was up against Newcastle. No, that might be a lie. But they played someone, and they made about 160 tackles with only missing about 4 or something ridiculous like that. They were an absolutely phenomenal unit on defense. And yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do in their later games. I believe they play tonight, if I'm not wrong, but I might actually, it's a big decision, because about 3 a.m. we've got the game that is either going to be between the Lions and I believe it is Glasgow, or the match between Saracens and Newcastle, but also covering all the other Gallagher Premiership games at the same time. So I've got a big decision to make in that regard. But looking through the starting lineup for Taranaki, Peter Gus-Soakula, Tom Florence did very well for the Chiefs when he got opportunities, and Lachlan Boshier at 7. I feel like that loose forward trio is going to be able to maybe get themselves a little bit of momentum. But then you got the back line as well. Ratavaitavuki Nepkins out on the one wing. Stephen Perafeta at 15. And then Kenny Naholo at number 11 as well. It's going to be a tough day at the office for Otago. But if anyone can do it, maybe it is the men who are wearing the blue and yellow under or over 60 points as well, says Ryan. It sounds like you're putting together your TAB multi at the moment, Ryan, which is a very good question as well. In that regard, in my opinion, Quins won't make the premiership final this time, though, says Luke. And also we have got there, I love that, anyone but the Saracens, says Sebastian. And also we have got there in the chat as well, I love to see Quins smack Saracens in the semi. And also we have got there, Luke Udrina says postman Pat, and there's whispers of a Stalkers win. Don't tell anyone, or Stormers. Okay, I'll work that one out now. Yeah, I mean, the Stormers at the moment, they have been actually doing pretty decently. They've had kind of two, I guess you could say, 40-minute performances. Their first game up against, I'm trying to think of who it was. It might have been Edinburgh, but I could be absolutely wrong in that regard. But their first game, they played very well. But then they weren't actually able to get that win, the only win of a South African side. Then their second game, they came back very well up against Munster, I want to say it was. They just weren't quite able to get that momentum going early enough. So I'm hoping to see them play very good as well. So it's very tough to decide with the Premiership and also with the URC going on at the exact same time, trying to pick the games to cover. But I believe you guys seem to enjoy the, I want to say the Premiership a little bit more. Maybe. Do let me know, though. And also, which South African team do you support in the URC? Says Sebastian there, and I'm back, says Henry Salmon. Welcome back, mate. They are almost back out on the field here. That looks like a hot dog. That looks quite tasty indeed. But 4 minutes 10 inside of the opposition 22 here for the Tasman. Mark goes fighting back hard in the second stages. And also we have got there, and this time I reckon Saracens versus Leicester Premiership final, just my opinion. And I'm a Quinn supporter, by the way, says Luke as well. There's a big one indeed. And of course, all of these kind of qualification processes, whoever you sit in or wherever you sit in, the top four go into the Champions Cup. The next four, I think, also go into the Champions Cup, I want to say, in a different kind of stage. And then the last few go into the Challenge Cup. So it will be interesting to see how it goes in terms of who is sitting where for those matches, because they are coming up for, I almost said Dunedin, but December is when those ones are taking place. And then next year's ones will actually have the South African sides involved as well, which will be pretty awesome. But at this stage, no changes other than it was Quinton Strange going off field early on with a shoulder injury. So Hugh Renton still out there on the field. Luca Hurt's brother as well. Says Sebastian. Also, we have got there the team of sport won last night without their Springboks, the Sharks as well. Says Ryan, and they had a very good performance as well for the Sharks. But this man at the moment, Marino Makali too, he had a very good first half. Was almost, I'd say, a very big key part of that first try for them. And also he's been running hard with the ball in hand. Actually had the most running meters almost out of any player on the field in that first half. But Tasman now kicking off, and Hawkes Bay looking into the sun for the second half as well versus Man City in the FA Cup as well. Says Henry Salmon. So hopefully you will be able to get that win. Munster will win the Challenge Cup, I reckon, as well, says Luke. And yeah, at this stage it's going to be very exciting. Munster actually in the challenge rather than the champions, Luke. Because if that is the case, I feel like they are definitely a shout in that regard. And also we have got there, Rampina was great, wasn't he? Especially for a man of his age, just wow. And now Tava Nawai claiming that ball just outside of the 22, and Tasman going to have the first attack of the second half, 40 minutes into the moment. Samatinga, one of his first carries of this game as well. Groovy once again goes back to Mitch and Hugh Renton now running high, and Levi Amua with the step as well. They're going to be about 15 out here for Tasman going wide. Out the back line, loose bouncing ball. It's a knock on. Is it from Nankerville? No, they're going to continue. Yes. It's going back now. I believe it is going to be called a knock on from Alex Nankerville. But tell you what, that was a great start. How is Mitch Hunt playing? He's going not too badly. He's kicking well at the moment, but they haven't really had too many opportunities of the attack. But Tasman, anytime they get it, it's kind of groovy, skipping Mitch Hunt and going into the centres a little bit more. But at this stage, I feel like him in the number 10 jersey could be a little bit of the playmaker in the second half of them. Definitely when there is the opportunity. If they can win the scrum against the feet as well. And yeah, Munster win champions. And I don't have an opinion on who wins the Challenge Cup as well, says Luke. And also we have got their Pina is almost, or is like the oldest player in rugby. The guy is almost 40. I think they were afraid to tackle him, as says Ruan Pina. Or sorry, says Ruan as well. She's your first name there in that regard. But yeah, he's just a good player, isn't he? It's like the experience factor of some of these older guys in the teams are just like, you can't buy that experience. And like they've been around the block, they know exactly like what they've got to do in these situations, and they just play very well. And it makes it's similar, or it's not really that similar, but a Sam Whitelock or someone like that. Some of these guys actually get better when they get older, just because of that experience. Back to big push there from Tasman, but it's just popped out the back for Hawkes Bay. And Lincoln McClutchy now kicking it down the middle of the field. It's going to be bouncing awkwardly. Villi's still looking for that ball. It doesn't like him very much. He slipped over as well. A lot of pressure on him now. Oh, and he's almost kicked it backwards. William Arvilli going for an up and under for himself, and it's available now. Oh, he's somehow got the ball back there for a side, though. Incredibly done by William Harvey, but that ball was not his best friend there, that is for sure. Gruby back to Pari Parkinson now running high, and that man just has a weirdly deceptive running style. It just makes him meet us anytime he gets the ball. 35 out through their own line, and it looks like Jack Gruby going to be firing this ball up. I think Munster will win the Champions Cup and London Irish for that challenge as well, says Sebastian there. And now it has been put 40 metres out, and it's taken awkwardly by McClutchy. Took a hard one in the ribs from Nawai. Now at this stage, Tasman trying to get straight through. Is it the penalty? No, it's a penalty to Hawkes Bay instead. Alex Nankerville, he thought he won the penalty there, but then he was not happy one bit, and he has put the ball down. London Irish were terrible last weekend as well, says Luke, and it is 0-0 at the start of the second half as well, says Henry Sanders. So could be going down to the wire by the sounds of it in that one. So you'll have to make sure that your goalkeeping is on point for that stage. But at the stage, only the 5 points difference between these two sides. I will show the table once again. Pretty much whoever wins this game will be sitting top of the table. And the reason I say that, it depends though, if Tasman can get within 7 points, they will actually... Okay, so it did go backwards there. They were just saying that maybe there was a knock-on, but it is still on the side of the Hawkes Bay, and now they are going to be going for that rolling maul perhaps from about 30 metres out. But pretty much, if Tasman don't receive the bonus point here, Hawkes Bay will overtake them, and they will be first because they have already got that bonus point for getting 4 or more tries. In Tasman, if they just get a win here, they will be sitting top of the table. Henry taking that one off the line out now. Going to be going back. It's a good hit there on a Lincoln McClutchy. Henry fires it back now to Wa'a. And he is trying to spin out of the tackle. Still available there once again. Looking like it's going back. Ash Dixon passes it back across Bell. Cut out pass. Almost intercepted, but Jonah Lowe able to pass it back on the inside. And at the moment, Hawkes Bay once again just trying to put together a few phases. They were able to do it quite well in the first half. Anton Segner trying to get straight on the ball. Not able to. 6 phases in a row here. Lincoln McClutchy now fires it back. Wow. Hit hard in that tackle. And Henry once again fires it back. Lincoln McClutchy looking like a bit of a set play opening up. Danny Tuala not able to link up with the men on the outside. Alex Nankerville leaving his feet. And now it is going to be another penalty advantage against that man. That's about the 3rd time he's given away a penalty, and also about the 2nd time he's dropped the ball as well. He is having a little bit of a rough one in the midfield. I know, just a random prediction, honestly, but I can agree. Munster have a decent chance for the Champions Cup as well as Sebastian. Also, we have got there in the chat, when these European teams can play in Africa, altitude, it will be a different story. And I believe it is only around 4 weeks away or something along those lines. Put Sale on the list also, says Luke, for the if Quins beat Saracens, Northampton, Exeter, and Leicester, I believe they can win it as well, says Luke. And also we've got the European teams make the trip to South Africa. They will play all 4 teams before returning as well. Or will they play all 4 teams? I believe I think they do play everyone, if I'm not wrong. But Gareth Evans at the moment, he's looking very concentrated, just looking out onto the screen, looking out onto the field, just sitting there a little bit nervous perhaps for the later stages of this game. But 45 minutes through, and they are actually going to be taking on the 3 points here. Bay have plenty to extend their lead back to being just a little bit further with the 8 points as well. And see, Waikato women beat Canterbury today. I did 22 points to 20. So I believe that was actually the final of the Farah Palmer Cup. So they have been able to secure it there, Waikato, and they've done it very nicely indeed. The males, they would also like to be able to do so because they are sitting right up on the table as well. They had a massive upset loss to Northland, unfortunately for them, but they are still sitting in second, and they have got the game advantage over the likes of a Wellington. But Hawkes Bay, if they win this game, they will be able to well and truly catch up and overtake them. But you've only got to be in that top 4 going into the later stages to be able to have a chance. McClutchy strikes it nice, but just away to the side. So that's going to be unconverted. 5 points still the difference in this one between these two sides as well. We have got there in the chat. Bowden Barrett needs to come back to the Hurricanes. By the way, we just scored. As well as Henry Samuel. Also, we have got the but we will be all 4 in the same chip, or like 2 in the winter, 2 in the spring as well. I might actually quickly, while I am at it, while we are waiting for this 22 dropout, I will go back on the app. This app is actually very useful because the fact it does have all those fixes. James Dolman's just almost done a drop kick there. But Mitch Hunt now from the 22 will be kicking this one back downfield, maybe trying to retain it as well. It's a little bit of a risky one for a 22 dropout. That kind of risk and reward of how far you kick it downfield. And that one's almost taken. Yes, it is by Nawai. Not able to find the offload though, just couldn't quite find the footing. And Tasman have done that one very nicely. Gruby now fires it back to Nankerville. William Arvilli looking to kick this one in behind. He's looking for the space, but it's going to be taken nicely in the mark by Lincoln McClutchy there. So it was a counter-attacking opportunity for Tasman, but they ended up kicking that one away instead. Right, I have got the fixtures here, I believe. So round 6, it is going to be, so the Stormers play 1 week. Then the next week, I believe they are playing in South Africa once again Then the third week, actually, it's only 2 in a row. So it's 2 games in a row, and then I believe it goes back into kind of a little bit later on, Sebastian, for that order. But Tawanawa, he just takes the ball beautifully in the air. He just wasn't quite able to find that offload that he was after. But yeah, so it's kind of split into 2 and 2 for that regard as well. No 1 to 1 as well, says Henry Samuel. And also there, I'm not sure, mate, I'll have a check as well. So yeah, pretty much they have 2 rounds in kind of early December, I want to say it is. Oh, Ash Dixon getting that ball for a side, and now 40 metres out here once again. They are going to be hitting this ball. Lincoln McClutchy passes it back. Danny Tuala sells the dummy, trying to pierce the gap. Good tackle in by Anton Segner, though. Now going short side low off to Stacey Ely with the quick feet. Now break his way through, almost going the way of Alex Nankerville. He's really trying to get in the breakdown, trying to force that penalty, but it's just not quite happening for him at this stage. Entering now, buying it back. McClutchy once again goes to Jonah Lowe, trying to pierce a bit of a gap. A tackle by Pari Parkinson, wrestled down to the ground as well. And an aggressive one. And now going back, Stacey Ely with the step as well, looking for the offload. It's gone loose, and it's going to be the knock on. And 40 metres out, Tasman will have the one. I see cheers, Hamish, as well as Sebastian. No worries there, mate. But I do know that they kind of have a few weeks off in between, and I believe that will be for quarantine and whatnot, because the fact we've got, I think, 2 more rounds of the URC, and then they kind of take, I think it's about 3 weeks off, and then it's the games in South Africa. And it's a little bit the same of the Gallagher Premiership, although they have the break a little bit later on in this season as well. And I assume that is also to do with maybe some international fixtures that those players are going to be playing for the November one. So we don't have too much of the URC plan while we have got those international fixtures, the likes of South Africa playing England, New Zealand playing France, all those massive games that are coming up, which I am excited for. At the stage, 48 minutes through at this stage for this match, and there's still only a 5-point difference. Certainly a lot closer than it looked like it was going to be in the earlier stages. And if Tasman can make the comeback, I'm sure with the fact that they were the favourites going into this match, when they were sitting about 17-0 down, surely, or I think it was actually more than that, I think they were sitting about 19-0 down at that stage, surely they would have ended up in that situation of Tasman being hugely the underdogs. That's gone down, and it's a penalty to Tasman now 40 metres out from their own line. And the front row has gone down. I was on this near side, unfortunately. Number Tahiwaha, who wasn't quite able to get that one right with the footing. Also, we have got the after watching Wales club teams play. I can see why New Zealand hates box kicks as well, says Rohan. But now at this stage, 9 penalties conceded against Hawkes Bay in this match so far compared to the 3 of Tasman. That is a huge stat because of the fact if it's inside of the 22 and they give away another penalty here, Hawkes Bay, they could be down to 14 men. And that is not what you can afford to have. But I assume Gareth Evans won't be too far away for them. 50 minutes gone in this match so far. And it looks like at the moment, Tom Parsons, he has got a huge amount of strapping on his head. Who knows? Wa'a looks like he is going off the field now. Unfortunately, his last moment of the game, he is going to be giving away that penalty. And now Joe Apakatoa making his way out there. Plays for the Chiefs for Super Rugby. And I believe he will be continuing to do so into the later stages of the early stages of the year, I should say. And tell you what, those competitions are only a little bit away. The likes of the Champions Cup, the Challenge Cup, Super Rugby Pacific, and everything in between. Taken nicely by Shannon Brazil now. Going to be going back Ruby with the ball to Tawanawai, who always makes meters when he has got that ball in hand and continues to do so in this game as well. Ruby passes back to Shannon Brazil now, trying to pierce his way through. 25 meters out of the moment. Ruby got the ball recycled quickly. Parkinson now dragged down. Oh, I thought there was an offload there and it actually bounced onto the side of Hawkes Bay, but it was just my eyes playing tricks on me. But now Mitch Hunt passes it back, wide cut out pass, Tawanawai with the step as well, close to the touchline, decides to take contact. And 22 meters out, it's still going to be available. Gruby searching for it. He has got his hands on the ball, done very nicely there. And Mitch Hunt passes it back now to Matinga. Getting the good go forward phase after phase at the moment here. For Tasman trying to get his hands on the ball there. I believe it was Jeff Cridge. The jump passes it back now. It's going to be Izzy Tuanga Fussy trying to make his way in. Stacey Ely. Oh, it's given away the penalty, unfortunately. And I feel bad for the man because he didn't mean to be there. But now it's going to be the kick and chase from Mitch Hunt. Awkward bouncing ball, but Enery able to claim it there. And they are going back for the penalty to Tasman as well. Andy has to show the game. Unfortunately, due to licensing, if we were to show any match footage or audio, they would end up probably more than likely banning us from live streaming for 3 months and maybe even suing us. But I will mention it is on Sky, also on Stan Sports. Your 2 options depending on what country you are in as well. We have got the after watching. Oh, I read that one. I also can't ever, mate. The channel gets taken down as well, says Sebastian. It does indeed, unfortunately. Because if we could have it and have me as like a small, or even, I feel like if we could show the footage, I wouldn't even have myself on the screen, perhaps. I would just have it as the commentary side of it, of me talking over it. But yeah, they are very strict in that regard. But now 10 penalties. Stacey Ely, a little bit hard done by there. He's trying to run back and ended up just getting pushed into that breakdown. Now, because of it, Tasman, I believe they will take it on the 3 points here, and it will put them only a total of 2 points behind. Can't wait for the World Cup Championship. Who would you fellas bet on? I'd have to back the Satyrs as well. Says Smithy Toilet. Have they mentioned kind of all of the competitions that will be involved in that one, Smithy Toilet? Because I know originally when I read it, I think it was saying about the Challenge Cup, the Champions Cup, and all of those type teams. But I didn't actually see the name Super Rugby, but I assume maybe that has been announced kind of afterwards. But if they did have those Super Rugby teams, depending on where those games are as well, if they're in New Zealand, you'd say the Satyrs are a very hard team to beat at Orange Theory Stadium. But yeah, I'll be excited to see those matches. And also we have got the, if you could show the game, he wouldn't be doing this as well, says Luke. And also Kieran in the chat from Katie Dixon. But now at this stage, it looks like they are going to be making a sub very soon here. And it will be Louis Chapman, I believe it was. Or actually, that was Macca Springer. I believe will be making his way out there. They've also got Regan Ware. He's come back from the sevens at the Olympics, and he's going to get his first opportunity for Tasman, and it is going to be in a Ranfurley Shield match, so it's going to be very tough as well. And also, wait, what? That's news to me. Something to that as well, says Sebastian, but now Mitch Hunt lines it up, and he has got that one once again. So now the score is going to be 24 points for Hawkes Bay, 22 for Tasman. Can Tasman, if they get themselves 3 more points, they will be in the lead for the first time in this match as well. But Hawkes Bay, they have already got that bonus point. They've scored 4 tries, and if they've scored 4 in that first half, they've definitely got the ability of being able to score 1 or 2 more. And the second they are showing the captain there, Ash Dixon, they need the win. They want to retain this bad boy here, the Ranfurley Shield. I didn't steal it. It is made of cardboard, by the way. Just anyone who was wondering there. And also we have got there, in the chat, are you taking talking clubs with the international players as well, says Ryan. Also, it's Jacinda Ardern, your auntie as well, says Luke. No, she is not. I know a lot of people think a lot of people in New Zealand are related, but yeah, I do not have any relations to the political or kind of the politicians. And you're right, a lot of those lines, I don't believe anyway, that I know of. But now Tasman have got a little bit of pressure on them, only a few meters out from their own line here. And it's going to be Groovy fires it back once again to Sam Matinga. Getting the carry there, and also let's go Tasman, says Shane. And also we have there, hypothetically speaking, I can only imagine if the World Club Championship was a thing as well. Says somebody thought, and also we have there, I thought it was an official announcement as well from Sebastian, and Crazy NZ has got the laughing emoji. Am I your uncle? Says Smithy Toilet there, but now has been kicked in a touch by Jack Ruby. And now it does mean that it is going to be the change taking place. So I believe, if I'm not wrong, have they made a sub here? I can hear it being announced at the moment. Ash Dixon, they are saying he will more than likely be there till the later stages of the second half. They have got Jacob Devery as the option, but taken nicely there. And now it's going to be Brendan O'Connor pinning the ears back, gives it off to Naria Famai. The referee looking like he was going to get involved and make a tackle there if he had to. Devon Flanders now going to be getting closer and closer to the line. 15 now straight out in front of the post at the moment. It is going to be back to Pori Rakati Stones. Good defense from Shannon Brazil there to be able to stop his forward momentum. Once again, Danny Tawala with the carry. If Hawkes Bay can score now, could be the difference between the win and the loss. They've got the backline opportunity. Devon Flanders with the spin as well, tackled by Tava Nawai. Great leg drive from the number 14 and almost straight on the ball for Tasman. Just outside of the 22, it's going to be Tom Parsons. Dragged down low, good tackle once again from the big forwards. So Tasman knows to sell the dummy Marino Michaeli too, running at a few of his teammates and almost on the ball for Tasman, but still available. Lincoln McClutchy with the step and the offload. Stacey Ely now, and they are slowly phase after phase, 11 in at the moment. Henry passes it back now. Lincoln McClutchy trying to pierce the gap. Fine Nuku trying to get straight in the breakdown, but it's still available here for the captain, Ash Dixon. Dragged down 10 metres out. At the moment, 13 phases. We saw 24 happen in the game between Wellington and Canterbury last night. Are we going to get to see the same for this Ranfurley Shield contest? Henry passes back across Ash Dixon with another carry. Tackled up by Parry Parkinson. Those two would have run at each other a few times in training for the Highlanders. Once again, Jeff Cridge going to be dragged down there up to 16 phases. Entering now. When do they decide to kick, or when they do decide to go for the back line? It's going to be Devon Flanders offload to Ranfurley over the line. And it's going to be the try for Hawkes Bay, and that gives them just that little bit more of a lead as well. 16 phases, and they didn't give up on the attack. And because of it, they have been rewarded with another try. Noria Famai. What a scorer. There we go, Noria Famai. I feel like I spell his name wrong, but I'll make sure I have got that one right. We are sitting about 55 minutes through this game at the moment, and I was just drawing past Devon Flanders with the offload. Once again, been doing phenomenal in this match so far. And there we go. We will go like that, and we will go like that as well. We've got the big fight on tomorrow, Fury versus Wilder as well, says Millie Toilet. So that will be a very good one. Let's go Tasman defeat the fake pay as well, says Millie Toilet. Also, we have got there in the chat as well. I thought you guys call her auntie as well, says Luke. Ash Dixon is down with an injury at the moment for Hawkes Bay. That is not good news at the moment for them. We're just going to see exactly where it was. I believe it was actually Parkinson made the tackle, and then someone else came in from the side. Izzy Tuanga Fussy. Oh, no arms from Izzy Tuanga Fussy. You could actually end up with a card here if they go back and have a look at this one. It might not even just be a yellow either. He went in and it looked like a very awkward crunch tackle on him. Also, we have got there in the chat as well. We've got the big fight on tomorrow. I read that one. And also, Whitelock looked a bit rusty yesterday, mate. And also, we have got there in the chat, try, says Katie, and also try from Sebastian there as well. But at this stage now, they are going to be seeing whether or not there was a wrap, and it will be pretty easy to see that there was no wrap there on the tackle of Ash Dixon from Izzy Tuanga Fussy. So the big question is yellow or red? Oh, I think that's going to be, he kind of crunched the neck of Ash Dixon down as well here. And this angle's really going to show it. No, it's not Shannon Frizzell, just in the right place at the right time. But I believe that's going to be, it could even be a red here. Good tackle, nothing wrong with it as well, says Luke. And also 5 tries versus 1. It's a close one. Discipline lads as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, they've gone away about 10 penalties, but this could be a big moment here because of the fact that maybe it could be the big change. Shoulder into the head area is what they have said on the commentary. So this could end up being a red, which would be 20-minute red card in this competition, which would mean he is going to be off the field for up to 3 minutes left in this game, and then they will be able to make the sub a little bit later on. Okay, I think the camera angles may actually save him here. Izzy Tuanga Fussy, and I believe it will only be a yellow card, but he didn't wrap the arms, which is the big call there, unfortunately. So it's a yellow at the least for the rules that they have got for the Bunnings NPC. Right. What are we going to see here? They're going to check this one many times. Izzy Tuanga Fussy kind of drops down, and then he just sits there and goes in like that. So I believe it's going to be at least a yellow here. Oh, please, it's on the head as well, says Luke. And also we have got the bet games will be there in Otago like yesterday. Oh, sorry, be in overtime like yesterday. So close as well, says Dominic. Tell you what, those games that we have had recently with how close they have been, like it's very hard to tell who was going to win them as well. I feel like this is going to be a tough one indeed. And we have also got the Tasman will be back as well. In the chat says Dominic, and also we have got the in the chat as well. Well done, Hawkes Bay, says David. Right, James Dolman, big decision here. 23 minutes left in this game. Is this foul play because it's a shoulder? Okay. So the way that James Dolman has said that one. Okay, no card. No card there. It is going to be the case of because of the fact that they did have the advantage, or they played the advantage and they scored the try. So because of it, they did say that is going to be just a try. And Ash Dixon looking like he's a little bit rough, so maybe they will end up taking him off the field, but it is still going to stand as the try as well. Tasman's got a mean team. Macca Springers, some prospect as well, says Smithy Taller. And yeah, at this stage, it's going to be pretty awesome to see. Oh, we've actually got a fake Smithy Taller. I was wondering what was going on there because we got a double up, but it is Tasman, says Smithy Taller. Also, we have got one who does not like Luke Palmer too much. I actually thought it was you, Smithy, for a start. And I was wondering what kind of happened in that regard. And also 31-22. At this stage with the kick to come, and he has got that one over. So now it is going to be the penalty as well. At this stage, I am just going to quickly make sure. So I believe, if I'm not wrong, I have got this one. We will go like this as well. But now Levi Amua going to be coming off the field. I believe it will be Macca Springer making his way out there onto the field as well. We have also got on the real Smithy Toilet as well there. So I have got the right one in that regard as well. Oh, we haven't seen a fake account in a long time. I feel like it's one of those ones that someone must not like the fact that Hawkes Bay are winning this game match, but Macca Springer going to be making his way out onto the field, and Levi Amua going to be the one replacing him as well. And also we have got there in the chat as well. Okay, as well, says Dominic, and also we have got there. They both are brown as well, says Cody Dixon. Also, why did you change the username, Johan, as well, says Smithy Toilet. But now Shannon Frizzell also off the field, and that is going to be for Jacob Norris. And Izzy Tuanga Fussy, they have been very smart to take him off. Oh, Macca Springer. No, sorry, it's William Arvelli with the carry as well. Now it is on the halfway line, Jack Ruby as well. And yeah, people have fake heaps of profiles. Wouldn't surprise me if they come for me next as well, says Luke. Although they did already kind of come for you in that regard because of the fact that they were calling you out a little bit earlier on. Also, we have got there what the fake Smithy say. He was pretty much just saying that he didn't like Luke very much, which was why I was a little bit confused about that. But now it's going to be Tava straight on the ball on the halfway line. And Tasman won the penalty as well. And also we have got the EU mental illusion as well. Says the passion. Also we have got there, of course, it's in bro. Says that David there. And also we have got there in the chat as well. I don't want to be mean, but why do you make the live videos like this? You'll actually get more subscribers if you show the game and viewers as well, says Bully. Pretty much, if I was able to do that, the channel gets taken down, unfortunately, due to licensing. So pretty much we try and provide the live commentary so that you guys who don't see the games do get the opportunity of being able to kind of get that opportunity later on when the highlights are released, I should say. You guys can watch those games as well. But it is pretty much, we just have a chat about the games as they are happening because of the fact that, yeah, YouTube would take us down and probably more than likely ban us for 3 months if we were to show any match footage as well. Made a fake profile of me before as well. So it's like, I think I remember you saying that your friend actually makes fake profiles, if I'm not wrong. So hopefully it's not him. And also, bro, someone tried to do that to my old username, Mike Jones Sr. as well, says Smithy Toilet. Yeah, I think the best bet is normally when you have got a profile picture of some sort that's kind of like recognizable, because when it is just the letters, they try and replicate it with the same kind of color and everything like that. Like they try and get a little bit strategic with it, although it doesn't normally work too well. Let's fire Anuku now. First carry almost to the match for that man, Tava Nawai. Around the side once again, 10 meters out here, and Tasman need to make sure then the next team to score. Groovy pass it back to Parkinson now driving forward. And now it's straight on the ball. Marina McAley too, almost able to get it. Groovy now offloads it to the big number 6. For Tasman, 5 meters out, straight out in front now, and it's going to be the lap around Mitch Hunt, diving for the line there, and Fine Anuku right there in the breakdown. Does he take it on? Looks like he's thinking about it. Is he going to carry? No, instead lets Groovy take it and going out the back line. There is a player down for Hawkes Bay in back play. So that means really they are playing up against a 14-member now. Groovy goes back across. Going to be carried once again by the big replacement, Locke Parkinson. Loose ball there. Nakabel able to take it though. And now trying to drive their way forward here for Tasman. 10 paces in Nakabel. Only a couple meters short. Enery almost on the ball there, but still available. Going back now to the back line. Lester Fine Nuku with the bump off, trying to link up with Tava Nawai. Still available though. And that's going to be Groovy. Fires it back now once again to the replacement, number 17, Luca Inch. Getting his first carry there. And at this stage now, we are 13 phases in for the Tasman. Marcos Makaleo now getting the carry, just throwing himself at the line here. And Groovy once again passes it back. Mitch Hunt, wide cutout pass was almost available, but Havili just a little bit in the way. And because of it now, almost stolen by Brendan O'Connor in the breakdown. Hugh Renton getting one of his first carries. Jacob Norris was the man, was playing halfback here. And at this stage, Tasman are just on attack. Well and truly, we have got there. Come on, Marco, go hard as well, says Terapoto. And at this stage, that is exactly what they are trying to do. Only 4 meters out, straight out in front here. And just phase after phase building up for them. Devon Flanders trying to get in there. Breakdown. Has he got the ball? No, not quite. It's still available here. And will they use the back line? 19 phases in. Parkinson now getting spun around. Devon Flanders trying to get straight on the ball as well. And I believe he has done it, and Hawkes Bay win the penalty. Just out in front as well. And it might have been Tom Parsons, the man who was able to choose it. Steal it, I should say. And also we have got there, and it was spelled Mike Bones Senior as well. Says Smithy Toilet. Also we have got there into the chat team. I'll just come very quick at the moment. You remember that fake big sport user as well. Says Smithy Toilet. Also we have got there, like you said, what do you think of Luke Parmeter and stuff as well? Says Luke. And also we have got there into the chat as well. We have got there another David fake account. We have got there. Tell you what, David. I shall give you the honours. You've got a fake David in the chat there. You want to give him a timeout? I feel like that will be your first thing that you can do as your channel moderator, if you would like the honors. So pretty much it is the 3 little kind of buttons next to it. And then from there, you are able to click on timeout or block user. You can choose in that regard what one you would like to go with as well. Who remembers when Willy Wonka first appeared in the chat? As well, says Smithy, I do indeed. The memories, I believe it was actually one of our other people, but I can't quite remember who it actually was. I remember that stream when the guy kept going for an hour with several different accounts. Says Sebastian, he was committed, that is for sure. And Ben has put there with the smiley face as well. Welcome in to the live stream. At the moment, there is still a lead here for the Bay of, I almost said the Bay of Plenty, but it is the Bay, Hawkes Bay, that is. And also, any games you host tomorrow as well, says Dominic, there is going to be the match. It's kind of in the middle of the night, or it will actually be, I guess, at a decent hour, and it is going to be Wasps playing Northampton. That's at 3 a.m. New Zealand time. And then also there is a game between Southland and Manawatu, but I don't believe we will be covering that one on the channel as we will be up relatively late for this one as well. But now it's going to be the backline movement. Enery passing it back. Lincoln McClutchy driving forward there. Going to be 45 minutes out. Jonah Lowe now using that forward momentum. Marino McAley too. Once again getting the carry. Looking to the short side instead, decides to go across the backline, rush defense there, but now it's opening up the overlap. Oh, Marino McAley too, though, has a bit of a juggle and has gone down there as well. And we have also got there in the chat, they do it to make people think they are hacked as well, says Luke. And also we have got there in the chat, also the Hemisphere team says big forwards, but when you lose, or when New Zealand lose to the Box, they say the Box have bigger forwards as well. Says Ryan. Also we have got there, where's Kurt, the Suplings Master Eklund as well, and Bay of Hawks, says Crazy and said there as well. For that one, but Marino McAley too, 8 carries, 41 meters carried, and also 13 tackles. So I feel like he's got just well and truly close to that man of the match. Also him and Devon Flanders, the 2 loose forwards in that regard. And then in the number 7 jersey, I'm trying to think of who it was. It was actually Brendan O'Connor. Tell you what, all 3 loose forwards for Hawke's Bay could get honourable mentions for this match just because of the fact that they've been going extremely well. We are 64 minutes through this one. It says 69 there, but there is still time on the clock for them to be able to do something there. But now we will have to wait and see as well. Right, Lester Fainaanuku, they have just said he has transferred to the centre jersey. And at this stage, most carries in the Bunnings NPC by a lot. Tavatava Nawai on 64. Lester Fainaanuku right up there with 92. And this one as well, with the real Bay. Hashtag Bay of Plenty as well, says Smithy Toilet there. Well, at this stage, he's getting a nod up on the outside. Sorry for spamming earlier, says Jack. It is no worries, mate. It is all right there. In there we go. We have got their back. Buck Shelford's bull bag as well, says Smithy Toilet there. But then Henry Stowers also having a lot of carries. Duplessis Karefi and Peter Umang and Jensen scoring 2 tries yesterday for Wellington. Help them get over the line. But it's going to be the scrum on just inside of the territory of the Tasman Marcos. And they are going to be 45 metres out on the far side of the field. They have got the backline movement available if they decide to use it. But their big question is whether or not they do decide to. But it is going to be their replacement, Louis Chapman, who will be putting this ball in. I believe Regan Weir won't be too far off coming on the field as well. It looks like Shannon Frizzell going to be rolling this one back. Do they decide to use it off the back? That's the question. It's marching forward. They've got the advantage as well here for Tasman. That is the best case scenario. But now Lester Fainaanuku in the midfield, kicking it in behind, looking for a bit of space. It was a bit of a nothing kick, but they did have the advantage as well. Is that the fake Smithy? I'm confused as well, says David. Not sure. I think that is the real. I think that is actually the real Smithy Toilet with a Buck Shelford comment. Because of the fact that I think he because of the fact that it is something that talks about kind of something that happened a long time ago in terms of the fact that Buck I almost called him Buck Bullbag, but Buck Shelford did rip his testicle, unfortunately for him. What happened to Kieran Reid? Did he retire as well, says Rowan? I believe he has, and he is actually into commentary now. He was playing for Counties Manukau last year, but he has retired from professional rugby, and instead now he doesn't sit next to me. He is in the commentary booth normally for those games as well. We have got there 10 minutes left, right, says Dominique. We've actually got 14 minutes. This game, for some reason, it has got it's gone by a little bit quicker in that regard. And also we have got there, I'm actually Nicholas Cook as well, says Smithy Toilet. And also we have got there, by the looks of it, doesn't look too good here for, I believe that it's actually Sam Matinga. So you really hope that that's not a serious injury. Because of the fact that, tell you what, the Shield history, the wider Tasman and Marlborough region last won the Shield in 1973 when Marlborough defeated Canterbury as well. It's a very long time ago, but they would absolutely love to be able to get their hands on the ball and get a chance to be able to do so in the later stages. But it is a big shame for Sam Matinga to be going off the field. They are showing in the background there Jacob Norris, but now Mitch Hunt is going to be kicking this one. Okay, 14 as well, says Dominic, and also we have got there in the chat lol from Crazy NZ there. But yeah, Tasman, they haven't had it in a very long time. If they want any chance of getting this one, they need to make sure they score the next try of this match. I'm just looking at the points difference here, 9 points. If they got 3 penalties over, they would go to golden point. Yeah, ripped a testicle and carried on playing as well. Yeah, a bit of a tough individual, you would think. Because of the fact that most people, if they get smacked there, they end up needing to take a breather for a few minutes. So I'm sure it would have been breathing well and truly for that man. And also we have got there, Rowan has got the laughing emoji. Mamakaleo now off the field for Quinton McDonald. Lester Fainaanuku throwing himself at the line, but tackled well by Tian Falcon, I believe it was. But now driving forward once again, Anton Segner now trying to get that rolling ball going forward, but it's almost stolen in the breakdown by, I believe it would have been Solomone Funaki. Trying to get his hands on that one now. It's going short side. Oh, just shunted off there was the big man in the number 6 jersey. Chikara Davita. I feel like I say his name wrong every time. But I am slowly getting closer. Maybe now Gruby fires it back. Mitch Hunt offloads it now to Jacob Norris. Getting the carry 25 metres out, straight out in front here. And it is going to be going back once again. It's going to be the wide cutout pass. Tafa Nawai takes it nicely. Oh, Naria Famai has done a knee or something along those lines. And they are going to be playing now with almost 14 men out on the field. But so are Tasman because there's a player down in the background as well. Now it's linking up Alex Nankerville. Driving his way forward here for Tasman. They are getting closer and closer to the line, going short side once again. It's going to be available. Mitch Hunt with a short pass. And once again, the big man in the number 6 jersey breaking through as well. We have got there. If this match had a South Africa, your viewership, or had a South African, your viewership would be around 1,000. It just shows how popular you are in South Africa as well, says Java Guru. And that one has gone into Dutch there for Tasman. But yeah, those South African live streams that we have done, like I think it was from doing the Curry Cup and also the Bunnings NPC, or sorry, not the Bunnings NPC, but the other one, the Rainbow Cup. I think that really helped us in terms of building up some numbers in South Africa as well. And tell you what, that was a pass and a half there, but just didn't quite work out for them, unfortunately. Like they are saying, Mecca Springer, he's got a great future. What an offload that is for Whaina Nuku, but Springer just not quite able to drag it down there. And now it does mean that Hawkes Bay will once again get themselves that line out. They've had quite a few throughout this match. I believe Ash Dixon is still out there, but Maria Famai is a player to look out for because of the fact that it looked like he fell down pretty hard in the early stages as well. We haven't got there in the chat. If NRC comes back, will you do it, or would you do it as well? It depends on the timing, I think, of those games, just because of the fact that I don't really know too much about some of them as well. Morning Hamish as well says it kind of going in. And also we have got there in the chat, tell you what, the spammers, they are in numbers as well. So you sure it's not your friend Luke? Because you did mention, I believe you're actually the only one who I know that has a friend who does like spamming. Morning Hamish as well says going to go in and welcome in to the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well at the moment now, driving their way forward once again here. It's going to be Hawkes Bay able to just hang on to that one. Solomoni Funaki fires it back to McClutchy. And now it is going to be going into Dutch as well. It's taken nicely. Do they take it quickly? Deciding against it in the end, it was Regan Ware. Now at this stage, we have got 11 minutes left in this game. That is for sure. I can't see it as well, says Smithy Toilet. And also we have got there, no, says Luke in the chat as well. And also we have got there, how come I can't see Ruan's comments as well, says Smithy Toilet. That is a good question. And help me out here, guys. Will Tenanaki score more than 5 tries as well, says Ruan. 5 tries. And most of the other games they have, but I don't want to say yes just in case you end up putting it on like a multi or something and it costs you a whole heap of money. Because of the fact that my predictions are well and truly shocking normally. They've probably blocked you for some of the years. That's crazy and said there. And also we've got there, my mates have only spammed once because BR was saying stuff about me as well, says Luke there. But now it will be Pari Parkinson, who looks like he will be receiving this line out throw, and he has got it there. A little bit of a juggle, but now going back on the side. That's a massive hit from Ash Dixon on Chapman, welcoming him, and he's still wrestling him a little bit there, Ash Dixon in the background, and now it's going to be available, almost stolen by Hawkes Bay there as well. Not too sure what was going on between those two, but it's almost going to be on this side of Hawkes Bay. No, it's a penalty. Well, it's actually going to be a scrum, I believe, is going to be the call there. And good first win for the Sharks. Ospreys were dreadful last night, says going to go in. And also we have got there, Smithy, I see your comments on my TV, but not on my phone as well, says Rowan. And also, can you fella see Batman's comments as well? And also we have got there, never mind, I can't see it either block me or got hidden as well, says it crazy NZ. And also we have got the Nicholas Cook was the one that usually spams on this channel. Dude has like 10 accounts, as I says. And also we have got you should play AFL Evolution 2, says Trav. I'm actually kind of keen to play AFL, and also it was Rugby League Live 4. I'd like to do a few more videos on that game, purely because we'll probably go for a career mode or something. But Ash Dixon now making his way off the field, and it will now be Jacob Devery, who has got the last 10 minutes of this game. 8 points is the difference, or sorry, 9 points between these two sides if Tasman can score a try. And also we have got there, I have it as well, says it was Trav. Ash Dixon, 8 tackles, 100% tackle completion, 6 carries, post-contact meters, 19 for that man as well. He put in a shift out there, wasn't able to get himself a rolling maul try, which is something that Hawkes Bay normally have as their bread and butter. But at this stage now, it is going to be a final 10 minutes of this game. Me and my mates are 17. We don't act like 8-year-olds and spam chat for no complete reason as well, says Luke. And also we've got there, what's AFL? It is Australian Football League, I want to say. If I'm not wrong, if it's kind of, is it that way? AFL, Australia, Aussie Football League or something along those lines, I think is the summary there. And I'm very happy my Sharks won against Ospreys. Ref was terrible. Ref was terrible though, says Java Guru. And also we have got the Aussie rules, says Sebastian there. But it looks like straight away he's getting some strapping and an ice pack right on that neck because it will be very painful indeed, I would think. And yep, you're right as well. And also, he has 10 accounts. Not bad for a 40-year-old version as well. Says that David. Also, Australian Football League, says Trav. And also, we have got the AFL equals Quidditch as well. I guess it is pretty much Quidditch, just without the broomsticks in that regard. But now it is going to be the scrum on the halfway line at this stage. 10 minutes to decide who gets to take this one home. Will it be, once again, Hawkes Bay who are going to be retaining it? Or can Tasman get themselves a try very soon and get right back into this match as well? We have, let's got there, Nicholas Cookcliffe's his sister's ex-boyfriend, says Smithy Donald. I prefer NRL, and also I'm watching Hamish on my TV. The guy is a celebrity as well, says Rowan. Do you have access to the game as well, Rowan? At the same time, massive push there from Hawkes Bay. Anton Segner just able to get that ball available, but straight in there, the Hawkes Bay defence trying to rip that ball away. And if they can do so, if they can get themselves a penalty, that might be the end of the game. Big men come together there. It was Joe Apakatoa getting run straight at by Inch. Chapman once again fires it back. Mitch Hunt now looking for the 50-22 by the looks of it here. And it is going to be going out. The question, was it taken back? Was it taken back? If it was taken back, we're going to look at where the ball was. I'm just looking on the replay as well. It was actually, it never made it into the half of Hawkes Bay. So this is going to be a 5-metre line out now, or 10 metres out, sorry, for Tasman. What a kick from Mitch Hunt. And also we have got there, that was a beast push as well. It was indeed Hawkes Bay wanting that ball back. And also Anton Segner's mean. I can't wait to see him, see the German in a black jersey as well, says Smithy Tola. And yeah, he's been playing very well throughout this match. In fact, both sides, loose forward trios, have been doing very nicely. Shannon Frizzell and also I always say his name wrong. Chirika Davita has been doing very nicely as well. But now 5 metres out. Quinton McDonald here, a huge moment for this man to make sure that he does get this one straight. Pori Raketi Stones, he is still out there at the moment, or is he going off now? He looks like he's limping off. So surely he is going to be taken off the field now, but he looks like he's going to continue. Pori Raketi Stones, they have actually got Jason Long, who's a very capable number 1. So I'm wondering why they have decided to leave him out for as long as they have, but I guess it is strategy. That Ethan Ruiz kid for the Sharks, he's incredible. He has indeed scored the most tries. Wait, Ethan Ruiz for the Sharks or for the Stormers? I assume that is Smithy Toilet, but he's one of those players, definitely going to be a Springbok in the future. But Tasman now, 5 metres out, Alex Nankerville trying to carry the ball forward here. Can they get themselves the try that will get them right back into this game now? It's going to be Pari Parkinson edging his way forward. Once again, Chapman passes it back to Segner now. Get him very close, 3 metres. Chapman now gives it to Hugh Renton. Close to the line, but straight on the ball, almost for Hawkes Bay. It's a counter ruck there from Hawkes Bay. And if they've been able to get it, Chapman somehow been able to get himself in there and been able to get that ball available. It's still at the back for Tasman here. I'm thinking Whainā Nuku must be due for a try. He hasn't had one in this match, and he has been scoring for fun throughout the other matches of this competition. Now around the side, it's going to be their number 6, almost reaching out, still available on the side, or is it, I believe? Oh, that was almost going to be a penalty. A Hawkes Bay, and it is. They have been able to win it once again, only a metre from their line. Joe Apakatoa has been able to get it there as well. We have got now, I hope Chile beat Canada. I would like to see them in a World Cup as well, says Luke. So I believe whoever wins that game between Canada and Chile, whoever's got the better points differential, it will end up in the situation of they play the loser of the USA versus it will be USA taking on Uruguay as the game as well. And are you covering Munster versus Scarlets on Sunday, Amish? I won't be disappointed, I'm sure, as well. I wish that I could, but they don't actually have the coverage here in New Zealand for that game. They seem to only cover the games for South Africa's games on these kind of recent weeks for Spark Sport. But I don't know, maybe I'll have to buy not a season pass, maybe a game pass to watch that one, depending on how it goes. Do let me know. I've got the bro. He lives with his sister's ex, and his partner sleeps in the shed as well. He told us. We've got the far out Tasman. Stop doing stupid stuff. Unfortunately for them, it's not so much they're doing stupid stuff. It's just the fact that Hawkes Bay are just dominating when it comes to the steals and the breakdown. At the end of the day, it did lead to their first try of the match as well. Jacob Devery now with his first line-out throw of this game, but they did such a good 50-22 there. Mitch Hunt, I would have put it right in the corner, but then it was just a mistake that did lead to once again a penalty in the favour of Hawkes Bay. I believe they've actually won more penalties in that breakdown doing it that way than Tasman have won almost in total for throughout this match. Well, that was the wrong stat. Then Hawkes Bay have given away, I should say, in total. No, sorry, the Tasman have given away. I had that stat right the first time and then I confused myself. United Rugby Championship has an app where you can subscribe for the weekend and watch the games as well, says Ryan. Yeah, I believe at this stage, Spark Sport, they cover 4 of the games a week, which are the South African ones. That's going to be the advantage and the penalty to Hawkes Bay once again. And at this stage, that's creeping further and further away from the Tasman Marcos. It's all if you can't, it's all good. Says kind of going in, and also they are isolating themselves as well. Says Luke, and also we have got there in the chat as well. I'm chilling on Inu now at the moment. The Samoan fella still expressing says I didn't actually realize that was where that kind of thingamabob came from, because you guys did mention it a couple live streams ago, and I was a little bit confused about where it came from. So I assume that is why maybe it was mentioned perhaps. But 22 meters out now, and it will be Hawkes Bay here with the opportunity. Leicester Whainaranuku has been able to score so far throughout this match. Ash Dixon still on the sideline for his side. Talenti and Falcon to make his way out there, and we have also at this stage we've got a few people watching. So if you are new, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. If I'm still in, I know now on my troll Facebook as well. Says Crazy NZ, and also Shield defenders always step up on the day. It takes a lot to beat them. It does indeed. And at the end of the day, like they have mentioned, 16 of their last 17 home games, Hawkes Bay have been able to win it. That's an overthrow, but it's going to be taken nicely by Solomone Funaki. And if they can get one more try here for Hawkes Bay, this will secure the match. And it will also take away any chance of Tasman getting the bonus point, which could be huge when it does come to who is finishing where. Now it's going to be Long getting his first carry of the match. Jason Long driving for 20 meters out now. It's going to be taken nicely by Jeff Cridge. And also I do see Josh Kaiva has made his way out there. Or Kaifa, sorry, but now Tian Falcon, first carry of the match. Now going back across once again. It is going to be Josh Kaifa with another carry. Hawkes Bay just willing to hang on to this ball for a little bit of time. Lincoln McClutchy wrestled down by Hugh Renton. Back across now, Jeff Cridge getting the carry straight at Pari Parkinson. Dragged down once again after 9 phases. Good phase play in the second half for both of these sides so far. But it is still going to be available once again. It's going back. Devon Flanders now rush defense there from, I believe it would have been, yes, it was number 20, which is Hugh Renton, the replacement who had to come on the field a lot earlier than expected. And now once again, it is going to be Ollie Sapsford. You know, that carry here. In a repass it back across field. They are just hitting up phase after phase here. Solomone Funaki, great offload there to Kaifa. The clock is still going down here. Jeff Cridge once again going to have this ball available for the Hawkes Bay Tasman. Or sorry, not the Hawkes Bay Tasman, the Hawkes Bay Magpies, I should say. Tom Parsons now driving his way for Parkinson, trying to hold him up, but he has gone down to ground there. And straight on the ball, it's a penalty to Tasman. So now 4.5 minutes left in this one as well. Is the scoreboard lagging? The reason I haven't updated it, there we go, that is why. I decided to update it a little bit, and now it says 80 plus, but this game is still only 76 minutes through. So that is why I've been keeping it a little bit further behind. And also we have got there in the chat, Kieran just joined the Mongrel Mob. Now he's a British Bulldog as well. Says Smithy Tool, and also we have got there in the chat, I'm used to as well in the OG group. Then after that, Inu now got boring as well, and I'm going to log in and check it out. And also we have got there, give us a lazy bar, Kieran Yo. Says Crazy NZ, and OG group was a lot better, but that was a beautiful offload in the end from Kaifa linking up with Tom Parsons, but then he was dragged down. Parkinson made the tackle as well. Oh, and in the end, it was stolen, so now it will be Andrew Makaleo. Sorry, Quinton McDonald actually, and Tian Falcon now making his way out onto the field for Inari, who did score the first try of the match as well. Cameron brother, or Hamish brother, does Kieran bark at 3 a.m.? Not that I know of, although to be fair, I am normally up at 3 a.m. So maybe he does his barking at around 3 p.m. perhaps. When I don't hear him as well. Good call, Hamish. Pity about Johan von Ender as well. Says David. And also we have got the now Tasman. I know it's hard, but don't lose the ball as well. Now they are using their backline. Segner now passing it back. Oh, it's up back at there. On it was the replacement, number 23, Macca Springer. Driven backwards now. Chapman under a huge amount of pressure at the moment. Mitch Hunt now passing it back across. No, decides to run it himself, almost piercing the gap there, Mitch Hunt. It's straight on the ball once again for Hawkes Bay. They are being ruthless in the breakdown. Straight in there now. It's going to be Alex Nakabel running sideways. Dragged down once again. And you see about 2 or 3 Hawkes Bay players just getting straight in there, trying to turn it over. Chapman passes it back short side. Leicester Whainaranuku Pincy is back. Looks for the offload. He is going to be dragged down once again on the halfway line here. 3.5 minutes left. If Tasman want to win this game, they need to make sure. Oh, I think they dropped that ball there. But there's going to be a penalty. The way of Hawkes Bay anyway. And now it is going to mean that they will be able to either kick this one for the corner or go for a touch once again. We have got there in the chat, Tasman underperformed massively as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, that's the thing. They came into this match as the favourite, but at this stage now, it does mean that they are going to continue to have that momentum Hawkes Bay throughout this game. They didn't play last week, and that is a big one because Tasman were able to beat Southland in the end. I believe it was around 50-something points to only a few. I think it was about 13 or so for Southland in that game. So for the factor that they've been able to be as strong as they have in this game and be able to just keep on putting the pressure and the breakdown. Ash Dixon was celebrating. He's got the ice pack still in the neck, but he doesn't care. He is just happy that the boys are going to have that Ranfurley Shield for a little bit longer. Run a line close to the ruck. Always work when under pressure as well. Says Luke, and also we have got there. They lose it anyways. What am I to say as well, says Luke, and also we have got there. Kieran's too rogue, says David, and also we have got there. Will you commentate Taranaki game, mate? I will indeed, Rohan. So do let me know, did you actually end up putting a bet on for something in terms of how many tries and everything? Do let me know what it is in the chat, and I will be looking out for it throughout the match as well. But TM Falcon now 2 minutes left in this game now, and they will be able to convert this one. More than likely Hawkes Bay here. That will mean they will have a very good lead of the total of 12 points as well. And we have got there in the chat as well. It's a decent effort, Smithy Tooler, although you got to remember, mate, you are not the real Smithy Tooler. I do see in the chat as well. We have got another one who has decided to spam as well. We have got there in the chat, lol, from Crazy NZ. Great strike of the ball from TM Falcon. And now Hawkes Bay going to be leading this match, 34 points to the 22 as well. We have got the laughing emoji from Smithy Tooler. See, I feel like it's one of those ones. They try and make it so that people think they've been hacked or something, but we always end up just laughing at them, unfortunately. But now it will be Mitch Hunt once again, who will be kicking off from halfway. 1 minute left in this game, bro. What's with these fake Smithy Toilers as well? Says Smithy. I mean, it's an interesting name that they have decided to go with, like you have mentioned, because I feel like it's one of those ones that we've had you on the channel for that long. Like, we know what you say in the chat. So I feel like it's an interesting one to try and target there, but now it's going to be the back line. Lester Whainarnuku looking for the offload. Not able to find it. It's still on the side of Tasman once again. Now it's going to be going back into the hands of Jacob Norris. Trying to hit the ball up. Tasman looking like if they can get themselves a try, they will receive that bonus point. Second with a beautiful offload there. It's going to be Regan Weir hitting the ball up, but straight in that breakdown, almost going to be stolen by Hawkes Bay once again. But Quinton McDonald now, he has got Tava Nawai with him. Does he decide to use him? That's a big question. Currently only 20 seconds left in this game as well. So we will have to wait and see whether or not they can get themselves a try. TM Falcon just shunted off there by Tava Nawai, still going as well. The big man offload on the inside there, dragged down. It was almost a little bit high, and it's going to be the advantage as well, and it's a penalty for Hawkes Bay here. What do they do? I feel like I know what they're going to do. They can't take the 3 because they would still be 9 points behind. They need to get the full points on the board. They need the line out drive, or do they take the tap? It looks like they might go for the tap. Yes, they are. Mitch Hunt tapping in, and now they are going to be running it forward. It's Inch just flying at the line. Tackled by Solomon Funaki. Barry Parkinsons, they are chasing the bonus point here. Tasman, if they don't receive it, Hawkes Bay will be top of the table at the end of this match. If Tasman can get the one, they will still be in first, but Hawkes Bay will be right on their tail as well. I believe it would only be the points differential that saves them. The ball still available here for Chapman. Now, once again, it is going to be Chirika Daveta. It's gone on the side. Oh, it's taken straight back by Anton Segner. It was on the side of Hawkes Bay for about 3 seconds. And then taken straight back. Hugh Renton there looking for the offload, but straight on the ball. It's stolen. No, it's not. It's a knock on. So that's going to be the end of the game. And that is going to be the winner. Massive win for Hawkes Bay there over Tasman, winning it by 12 points, 34 points to 22. This is going back onto the side of Hawkes Bay for just that little bit longer. I'm not actually sure when the next shield defense is as well. We have got Katie Dixon, who said lol in the chat as well. And also we have got there in the chat, yeah, mate, I went with the try handicap for Taranaki minus 1.5. As I says, Ryan, and also GG, both teams in Hawkes Bay are at the top of the table. Impressive stuff, says Sebastian. It is indeed. And also, anyone watch James Haskell's Jersey Talk? Really funny as well, says Ryan. I have not seen it. I saw a podcast with him and Joe Marler where they were going back and forth a little bit there. And I'm watching some chick give herself a tattoo as well, says Smithy. Oh, sorry, says Crazy NZ. And also, we have got there GG, says Crazy NZ as well. But nonetheless, that is going to be close to the end of this live stream. Was a good game as well, says Dominic, and Hawkes Bay won. Says Dwabs, they did indeed. They retained the shield. They were underdogs going into this match, but they were able to get themselves a win, and was a big win indeed. So now we will look at a few of the stats to do with this match. But Hawkes Bay, they retain the shield for another match. So they have been finding some good form, and now they move into first place on the channel. I had your stream muted for 1 hour. I was watching on Sky Go. There's no worries there, mate. And also we have got there in the chat as well. See, the thing is, I can't help but laugh at it as well. You've got there, good with Hawkes Bay. It wasn't the muted one that I was laughing at. I was laughing at the spanner, how he was like, I am the real one. Everyone, I am real. And then he was like, yeah, I hate you all. We've got their 52% possession for Tasman there. Defenders beat him 13 as well. They were doing better at times in this match, but Hawkes Bay, they scored 4 early tries as well. Thanks to Ring Kiwi Lads, small 10 out of 10 as well. And also we've got there, how would you approach a Joe Marler interview? I feel like that's the thing. People have tried to ask him serious questions and he spins it around. So I feel like you're better off asking him a question that's not completely serious, but serious enough that he doesn't think that you're like taking the piss. So I feel like that's a very fine line to be able to find because of the fact that it would be very tough to be able to find that right kind of, I guess you could say, balance. But I feel like you can't ask him too serious of a question or else he'll give you a non-serious answer and make you look like an idiot. So you got to find that happy medium. But yeah, that would be a very tough interview. That is for sure. But at this stage, I am just looking through a few of the stats as well. The discipline here, 13 penalties against Hawkes Bay, I should say, 7 penalties against Tasman. And throughout this match, got to give it to the loose forwards of Hawkes Bay. There it was Marino Makali too, Brendan O'Connor and Devon Flanders all having very, very good games as well. Also, Stacey Ely in the midfield able to score himself a try. Lincoln McClutchy, first receiver, doing decently as well. And then also, Tamoki Tavatavanawai was a decent one to shout for the Tasman side. As well, we have got there, mate, the scoreboard is frozen as well, says Ryan. Also, time to put up Shazam and download some Inu chants as well. Says Crazy Gets In, and also take Joey Marler to a McDonald's and get some Happy Meals and do an interview in the playground as well. Says Katie Dixon. I feel like that's a very good idea. In that regard, I'm surprised no one's probably tried to do that at this stage. But I feel like, yeah, I've seen his interview where he talked about the horses, and I feel like it's one of those ones that it's very tough to be able to find the follow-up question after that. But we have got there in the chat as well. Happy Meal interview series with the Kiwi lads as well. Says Crazy and said maybe we'll have to try and get sponsored by McDonald's so that they do let us kind of in their restaurant as well. And we have got the Alpha watching on Sky Go, says Dwab. So hopefully you did enjoy the final moments of that game as well. And okay, Kiwi lads, see you next stream as well. I'm going to hunt down Johan as well, says the David. And also we have that there. I'm having a braai at the moment. Might invite Joe Marler so he can eat the leftovers. Need to store our food in a large gut or in his large gut, says it's Midley Dooler. But yeah, nonetheless, so this match went the way of Hawkes Bay. They have been able to retain that shield and now they move into first place on the premiership as well. So they're doing very nicely indeed. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all a little bit later on for the Otago versus Taranaki match that will be kicking off at around 7:05 as well. Joe Marler was my phone background at one time as well, says Luke. But yeah, nonetheless, if you are new, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you all for the next one.